Hello, and welcome back to Tabletop Travel Agency. We are on our now second episode of our Good Society mini campaign, episode 2 of 4. If you missed episode 1, you can go back and watch that real quick. But if you're joining us again for the second time, hi, it's me, Val. I use they, any pronouns, and let me introduce you to our members of Good Society.
Hi, I'm Ant, she, her pronouns. I will be playing Dr. Connor Oirden this evening. And I need a little fun fact, so we're going to stick with horse facts. The Tennessee Walking Horse is an American breed of horse that is ridden in various different styles, but it is most known for either being flat-shod or stacked. And a stacked horse is very different than a human stack. So a stacked horse is a specialty type of weighted horseshoes that gives it a very distinct gait. Your turn.
All right, I'm Jay, he, him pronouns, and I'll be playing Captain Frederick Destler. Sorry. A fun fact, the paint on the Jurassic Park Jeep from the original movie was only available for 1 year.
Ooh, interesting. Hi, my name is Maeve. I go by she, they pronouns, and I play Torren, Radcliffe, he, him pronouns. And my fun fact is that a library book had the longest return at 288 years. Sorry, stumbled over my words. That was returned after being checked out. 288 years. What a find that they racked up.
That's a great joke that you came up with.
I know. I came up with it all on my own. Jay had nothing to do with it.
Hello, I'm Elle. I use whatever pronouns you got lying around. I will be playing Lieutenant Esther Haskell, she, her. And a fun fact is the first firearm was invented in the year 1000 in China.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Got some gun facts.
BC or
Gun
basic?
facts from our gun girl.
Got our horse girl, our gun girl.
Yeah. Horse twink.
But boy,
Horse
Connor's
boy.
a horse twink.
Horse twink, sorry. So, last week we met our cast of characters when they all met up at Count Cargill's daughter's engagement party. There was not a lot of actually engaging in that engagement happening. It was mostly a lot of drama amidst you all. Some of that you worked out during a wormling hunt. Some of it you did not. The wormling hunt ended a bit dramatically when Count Grant Cargill was shot by his own son-in-law. Not Jasper's fault.
I don't know why everyone's... I don't know. Don't look at me. I don't know why everyone's looking at me.
And so obviously in the last week or so that has passed, I believe a fortnight according to Frederick's letter.
That was a guess.
Since the last fortnight has passed.
That's 2 weeks, right?
That's 2 weeks. There's been a lot of talk about that. I think the Cargill family has kept very quiet about what actually happened. You know, I think the way they spun it is that the Count's weapon misfired and he accidentally hurt himself while hunting. But of course, Good Society has a lot of conversation to be had about that. You've heard all sorts of things, you know, this, that, and the other thing. And today we find some of our characters have been invited to afternoon tea at the Radcliffe household. Yes, the Radcliffe household. That's your house. You've heard a little bit of who's on the guest list from your aunt, and you already have a feeling that this is going to be, you know, one of her notorious goss sessions. So in attendance, aside from a few various individuals, we have Esther, Cassandra, Torren, Isabel, Elizabeth Haskell, and Jasper Brown. So quite the cast of characters we have today at the Radcliffe household. Maeve, do you have any thoughts on what your estate looks like?
So it definitely has an air that it is a beautiful and ornate, but if you look closely, there's definitely a layer of dust that hasn't on like the crown molding that normally would be kept up if there was a maid on staff. It still looks very nice, but there are just some slight things where like it doesn't look, it's very quiet for a large house that usually would have a fully staffed house.
Yeah.
Less bustle, very beautiful things, but the plants are like slightly withered as if they haven't been watered as constant. And there also is not as many decorative pieces. There's furniture that looks really ornate, but the sconces and things like that are missing. They're not as beautifully decorated as some you would see at like the Count's house.
Right. Yeah, so this beautiful old home, but to the discerning eye, there's maybe something a little off here. Yeah.
Does your estate have a name?
It sure does.
Sure
Okay.
does. Gee,
We'll
check
learn
my
that
notes.
later.
Give me a few seconds and
Okay.
I'll come up with
Cool.
one.
Oh, don't ask you to name any estates, please.
I named mine.
How?
Worthington House.
Worthington House.
Beautiful.
There we go.
Beautiful.
It's the first name that came to my mind.
There you go.
Has nothing to do with Wuthering Heights. I don't know what you're talking about.
So this little cast of characters has gathered. A lot of these people are frequently in these gossip circles. You know, you've got your aunt's like little like clique of hens that she always invites. Aside from these other folks, you're a little confused on, you know, the invitation of Jasper, who's like not a very common member of the social circle. You're often like one of the only guys that is here just by virtue of living here. But yeah, that's our cast. Notably, Frederick and Connor have not been invited. So you all kind of gather. Conversation is tepid at first. You know, we're discussing what's been going on. You know, the weather, whose horses are looking particularly pristine lately.
Or mid.
Or
Not the
mid.
Count's.
Or mid. The Count's horses, that is still a highly circulating rumor, I believe.
That's right.
The Count's horses are mid.
They are mid. Now, to remind you, before our little goss sesh, we have a couple mechanics in place that we can utilize at any point if we would like. First and foremost, we have the rumor and scandal mechanic. There are, I believe, 3 rumors that actively have resolve tokens on them. You can spend those resolve tokens to bring these rumors up. Secondly, we have everyone's reputation. Now you can choose to spend and thus sort of exhaust a favorable part of your reputation to make something happen that you want to happen. You also all have negative reputation. Anyone can use those for whatever purpose they see fit during the conversation. Yes.
Do they exhaust when someone else uses them?
Yes.
Okay.
I do believe, because they have to go away at some point, because otherwise your
Yeah.
positive and negative activated reputation things can't happen. Some of you also have a couple positive reputation things active. We discussed that last time. Cool. So that is sort of our rundown on how to gossip effectively. You know, you're having your tea, your biscuits, and what have you. And finally, your aunt kind of gets that look like she's about to bring up, like, you know, what she brought everyone here for. She's sipping her tea, and her eyes just sort of fix on the to-be Count Jasper. And she's like, oh, I hope that your father-in-law is healing well. I heard bits and pieces from these two that there was quite an unfortunate accident during your hunting group last week. I'm still so confused just what could have possibly happened. You know, the Count is such a great shot, as I've heard.
I have heard that as well. I just believe that he was spooked by the worm. It was a very exhausting day.
It was quite a large one
Quite.
as well.
Avoiding eye contact fully.
Also avoiding eye contact.
I definitely think, like, she's tried to get, like, the gossip out of you two at some point. Either your mom has, who's also here, or your aunt has, and they know you're not telling them something. So they are that same intense energy the two of them always have, like, over the teacup. They're like, And Jasper is similarly just kind of like, because, as far as he's aware, he fully shot his father-in-law. He's like, oh, yes, well, I guess the servants just really hadn't made sure that everything was up to par with father's firearm.
As he explains it completely wrong because he doesn't understand.
Yeah, he's
firearms.
just like, you've been teaching him a little bit about firearms, and it's obvious that he's like throwing in these like words that you've taught him. I don't know anything about guns.
Black powder.
Something. There's just some powder in the
In the
I don't
barrel?
I don't actually know many things about guns either.
But your character saves him a little.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, this thing probably that can cause misfires. But these muskets, they're so not the most reliable. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
The gossipers are not very satisfied with that.
I don't think these old ladies really want to hear about guns.
Yeah. After a bit, Anastasia kind of pipes back and she's like, well, I heard that Dr. Oirden character was there.
Oh, yes. They're the one that, rallied in the worm.
And Dr. Oirden helped to heal the Count
Oh, yes.
as he was on the ground.
It was splendid.
Oh, that's quite interesting. I mean, it just seems so odd.
Odd?
Yes, odd. I don't know. I've just heard through the grapevine that maybe there was some dark magics involved.
There were no dark magic.
No.
It was just regular magic. It was needed and necessary and not ostentatious like you always go on about with your magic.
I'm just saying, he is an Oirden.
That means nothing. It means nothing. It's been old news. We haven't even talked about that in many years. They haven't been over here in many years.
Well, now it's coming up again, I suppose, because our new friend, Dr. Oirden, seems to be getting quite close with the Count after healing him from this mysterious injury that we just don't understand how it happened. Don't you think that's odd?
No.
I mean,
I've seen Dr. Oirden work. He's worked many times on myself. And I've never experienced any dark magic on his part.
you didn't tell me that.
Oh, yes. Well, it's not surprising.
I mean, I didn't.
We
know
were on
you
the front together.
You were acquainted. It didn't seem like you knew each other very well.
As well as a patient can know their doctor.
Well, Isabel, you've spent some time with the doctor, have you not?
Yes. Yeah.
You haven't noticed anything odd about him?
Not really.
All of the ladies are deeply disappointed that you are not bringing the tea, the three of you.
I think that you're just being prejudiced because she's Fae. I know you have a thing against Kit being Fae and all of that, but I just think that it's...
I have a thing. I don't have a thing. Any issue I take with Kit is about Kit being Kit. It has nothing to do with any potential ancestry herein, but one cannot deny that the Fae have certain connections to certain magics.
There's a
Would
huge
I-
crash upstairs. Kid has done something.
Would I trust one to heal me in any sort of situation? No. Would I find it suspicious that one has befriended our good Count right after such a strange and harrowing incident? Yes, absolutely. And I don't think that's untoward to consider.
Cassandra's gonna butt in.
Yeah.
But, darling, you care too much about such things. Did you not see the horse he rode in on? Did you not see?
It
was
was,
a nice horse.
splendid.
It's a beautiful horse.
I mean, no offense, Jasper, but compared to the Count's,
Yes.
it was spectacular.
Well, I just think as the Viscount, you should be more concerned with who Count Cargill is spending his time with, especially considering it's an Oirden.
I'm sorry.
This family has interests to protect.
what does... And I apologize if this is out of turn, but what exactly does an Oirden have to do with... Or being an Oirden have to do with anything?
Let me explain. The Oirdens very, very, very long time ago, what's the word? Was disinterested in an engagement opportunity. And our family and their family got into a huge fight, and then blah, 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 blah.
Your great-grandmother was spurned by the Oirdens. It was a perfectly suitable marriage. And not only did they turn down the engagement, they embarrassed us quite publicly in doing so.
And
It's
now
taken this family years to recover.
And now there's a prophecy. Go on.
A what?
There's a prophecy in our family told to us by, the mediums quite some time ago, that our dear Torren will marry someone from far off and thus reinstate the family's good name.
And supposedly it's supposed to be a rival.
Oh.
And
Well, I certainly hope you aren't getting any sort of ideas about our
I'm
good
not,
doctor
Auntie.
friend.
I know.
He's already proven most untrustworthy,
And
and
he
you
doesn't
might
have
as well
enough-
find yourself a more suitable.
And do you mean suitable? Do you mean money?
Well, sure. Oh, well. She leans in. Isabel is here.
Mother,
She's
Auntie.
of money.
Isabel is a very nice girl. He looks over to Isabel.
They're like just whispering. You're like sitting over there with Cassandra,
Well, Cassandra's just like bored, drinking,
lounging
like,
on.
somehow
the
has a
fainting chair.
martini like 150 years
Well, that's your
before they were a
martini
thing.
gargoyle.
Yeah,
She's just the wine gargoyle that doesn't serve wine.
Yeah,
That was the rumor.
he's
Yeah.
spitting olives out.
No! Oh, God.
But yes, as like you're both interacting with the martini gargoyle, Anastasia's whispering to you, like, I just think you could take some interest.
Isabel is not interested in me.
Well, that's not what's important, is it? If we worried about who is interested in who, we wouldn't get anything done.
Have a martini.
Of course, darling.
Isabel,
Shoos the martini gargoyle over to you.
Isabel, I have a question.
Yes.
I have heard rumors that you are interested in the doctor.
Perhaps.
See?
Okay.
How am I supposed to compete with that? The doctor is literally...
She just looks mortified that you're like calling her out in front of it. Like she's giving you that look like I am gonna kill you. Like you can't just. Nobody's worried about. That's not what we're discussing right now.
I will continue my search.
Good. And you'll keep an eye on that doctor fellow so long as he is here in Larkwell. I don't trust him.
I will definitely keep an eye. He like smiles to himself.
She's gonna give you like a look.
Cassandra, when is your new play? Trying to change the subject.
I have one coming soon, and it is about marrying for love instead of money.
Oh,
Quite interesting, in fact.
quite.
Yes.
Your mother's like, well, what do you think of that, Esther? That sounds quite. Perhaps you should plan to go see Cassandra.
Yes, perhaps.
Perhaps. When is it?
Tuesday on nigh.
And I assume there are spaces left?
I'll see what I can do.
Very well.
Would you like to go together? Isabel, would you like to come with us?
Sure.
Absolutely.
What? Who is your betrothed again?
Cassandra.
Oh, yes.
It's like,
Sorry.
Well, if we're bringing everyone,
well,
Public.
it's
yet.
not official yet, but it's due to be quite soon once Esther,
Of course. Yes, Mother.
I mean, we could always invite Margaret.
We could,
Why would we invite Margaret?
because
Because
she's our friend.
Margaret's a great friend.
Yes.
Right, Auntie?
Could we invite that Frederick fellow?
Oh, Frederick.
It would be good
Frederick.
to be seen with Frederick, I will admit.
Yes, Mother.
Does
It would be good
Frederick-
to be seen with
quite
Frederick.
good. Yes, no, we'll rent a box at the theater and we'll invite.
Of course.
I suppose that does mean we have to invite Margaret, but I have heard whispers about that girl that I don't care for.
And what whispers?
I've heard that she's...
There are no whispers.
There are whispers.
Whoever has been spreading these whispers has no idea what they are talking about.
All right, well, they're all distracted.
Torren,
Yes.
I will make sure the doctor attends.
And he immediately blushes. I mean, yes. Of course.
Does not matter.
Feather boa.
Knows exactly what she's doing.
It does not matter the validity of the whispers.
And even if
It
they were very,
matters that the whispers exist. And
they are not true.
while they exist, I will not have you being seen canoodling or whatever
Canoodling.
it is. with that-
Mother, I've never canoodled
well,
in my
I
entire
won't
life.
have you
Commingling?
speaking
Commingling?
commingling,
Is perhaps a more apt word for it.
cohabiting, whatever you want to call it. You're not doing
Cohabitating.
He's very learned. He always gives people words.
sitting next to each other at a theater or
Of
any
course
of that
not.
nonsense.
She'll be sitting next to her beloved Frederick, and I will be on the other side of the box.
Yes.
So as not to interact with him.
She's like trying to, like, everyone's looking at you two now, and she's like, yes, I think that's lovely.
Good.
Good.
Good. Goes and sits next to Cassandra.
Cassandra is whispering in the seating gargoyle's ear
The seating
The
gargoyle.
seating gargoyle.
to get the seating arrangement all set up. Yeah.
I love how you just had a gaggle of gargoyles.
You know, none of these gargoyles are gargoyles. The thing about gargoyles is that they have to
stone.
direct rainwater to be gargoyles. None of them are directing rainwater. They are
They're
grotesques.
well, they're all
Directing
That's
alcohol.
their
they're
day
directing
job.
seating and/or alcohol.
Yeah.
And or rainwater.
Yeah. They're still directing things. Yeah.
Sometimes
when
it's
it
just
rains,
olives
do they
into
run
glasses.
outside.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that
When
what
it's
they're doing?
when it's
It's a rough economy. You know, there's a lot of gargoyles directing rain.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to direct other things like seating.
England is having a
Tequila.
surprisingly
I'm sorry.
sunny
I just had
summer.
to gargoyle tangent.
That's why they're all doing it.
A lot of gargoyle tangents. Before we leave the goth sesh, is there anything else anyone would like to bring up?
Oh.
Just that after Esther goes to sit next to Margaret, it's a lot of Cassandra. It's a lot of Cassandra trying and Esther stonewalling her, I think.
I feel like Cassandra, are you trying that hard?
No. Cassandra is
Definitely trying harder than Esther is, but I don't think any of them have put their heart into it.
yeah.
Like, Cassandra offers you a martini and
Yeah.
she's still doing better than you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of, like, awkward silence from that couch. There's, like, a full seat between you two.
Well, because Cassandra was on like one of those fainting chairs
Yeah.
by herself, and
Yeah,
she's
she's
like
on one side of the fainting chair.
With
yeah,
martini glass.
martinis. Yeah.
Full robe.
Yeah. Feather
Full
boa.
robe out in public
Yeah.
in a robe.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Your mother looks stressed.
Oh, Esther is still not wearing gloves, even though it's a formal event.
Gasp. Well, I mean, your intended is over here in a robe and a feather boa,
Yeah.
so the whole thing's kind of a mess.
Yeah, true.
At least, I think she's, like, letting it fly because it's, like, an informal get-together, but she's still like, oh, my God. Anyone else?
I was gonna say, I think something that you guys will notice is that there's only one staff bringing food to the table and constantly running back and forth and looks disheveled. Auntie, can we adjourn, please?
I think, like, nobody's bringing it up because they are in your house, but especially, like, the, like, little gossip girls that are surrounded by Elizabeth and Anastasia, there's little looks. And you feel looks on you, too.
Yeah.
And you do know there's rumors circulating about your family's, like, wealth, your legitimacy in it all. So there's a lot of judgment being passed
Yeah.
here, especially, like, when the conversation of the fact that you don't have an intended still comes up and your aunt is desperately trying to drive the conversation elsewhere and not to that, but a lot of looks at you like, Get it together. Get it together.
Auntie, can we talk privately, please?
Well, I suppose. Excuse us a moment. And she'll get up and kind of look like at the whispers that follow and walk out to like the hallway with you.
Auntie, I do think people are starting to notice that we only have one staff member. I think we should start to wrap up this dinner. This tea.
Well, you know it would fix that, Torren.
I will invite Isabel directly to come to the theater with me.
Excellent. There's a lot riding on you for this family.
I know. I will get it sorted.
I hope you do. And she'll walk back to the engagement.
Mm-hmm.
Any other tea we need to spill while we're here, when we're present, or has all the tea been spilled accordingly?
I think all the tea is on the floor.
Just making sure.
Cassandra will have her seating gargoyle pick up her on her fainting chair and walk her out. She brought the fainting chair.
Brought the chair.
Yeah.
She's got a
Of
seating
course,
gargoyle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why
he's
the
the
seating
wreck on the
gargoyle.
chair.
Of course, he's
Yeah. That's why he was there to carry her fainting chair.
There for the chair.
Keep going. I'm gonna be a while.
Well, now across Larkwell, Connor, Frederick, I don't know how aware you are of sort of like the social functions. That's really up to you and how much your characters care. If you know that you haven't been invited to this thing,
Connor doesn't know.
yeah.
And Connor wouldn't care either.
I feel like Frederick wouldn't know either.
Yeah, I think once upon a time that was something you kept up with as the socialite, but these days, like, I think you kind of assume you're not invited to things anyway.
Yeah, kind of.
Do we find out because we just see like a gargoyle struggling to carry Cassandra on this chair across Larkwell?
Yeah, as the Count's new good friend, he's noticed your interest in horses and medicine. And those seem like, you must know horse medicine because you know medicine. He's
I can't make them less mid.
He's asked you to see what you can do to bolster up his stock of horses because he can't have these rumors flying around about his horses. He doesn't know where they started.
Where could they have come from?
But since you are a horse twink and a doctor, he has asked you to take a look at his horses. Frederick, I think you're also here just because I think there are multiple people in Larkwell, both Connor and the Count, who are just very interested in getting you back out into the world. Because you're the socialite. You gotta be at the function. So he knows the horses are of great interest to you. And he's like, oh, you know, you were invited over under the pretense of like coming out for a ride. And then he's like, oh, well, you know, the leg's still no good. Maybe you and the doctor can discuss the horses. It will be good for you to get out. You've been so shut in lately. So, through a series of strange events, you have found yourselves at the horses.
The horses who have no masks.
Yes. So they're, you know, all around mid. But this is the first time I think you two have gotten to, like, chat privately in a bit, at least since a fortnight ago.
Well, I'll say I was already out there looking at the horses and seeing what I could possibly
there's
do to
anything to
make
be
them
done.
less mid.
Does this count as burning the token on the horses are mid rumor?
I guess I'm burning the token on the horses are mid rumor, yes, to make this scene happen.
Okay, cool.
I just wanted these two to be together, and I thought the horses were a nice frame piece for them, because I know they both like horses.
Okay, so I guess Connor's already out there, kind of seeing what he can do for these mid horses. I'll say I brought my dogs with me today.
Dogs are out?
The dogs. Well, no, that was last week. Yeah, Esther's dogs were out.
That's right. That's right. I forgot.
Horseshoes.
No, the worm greaves.
The worm greaves attached to the
I forgot
horse.
about that. Oh my god.
I'm the only person who remembered the worm greaves.
I didn't forget the worm greaves, don't worry.
So, I mean, I guess I would be alerted to your presence because my dogs will growl at you.
Would they, though?
What dogs do you have?
I'll say I have 2 Irish wolfhounds with me.
Nice.
Big boys.
Yeah.
No wolves.
No,
out here
no
at
wolves.
at the horse stables.
0 wolves. Yeah, so Connor's got his 2 Irish wolfhounds.
And they're growling at Frederick.
Yeah.
Kind of got a scary constitution about you. You're
Yeah.
like sulking.
Wearing
And you do have a
black
mask on.
There's like
yeah.
organ music whenever you walk into a room.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun.
No, we're gonna get copyright claimed.
It's only 8 seconds.
Yeah. And it's a cover.
Yeah, exactly.
Call off these foul beasts.
Siobhan and
Saoirse.
Jerry.
Oh.
Siobhan and Jerry.
Wow.
Connor spent some time in the States, okay?
Honestly, Jerry from
We
Dairy Girls
noticed.
is really good.
So Connor calls off Siobhan and Jerry.
So I guess I'm approaching you and the horses, the mid horses that you're.
Yeah.
They're really something, aren't they?
No. They're not. The Count wants me to make them better, but not much I can do.
As you're eyeing up the horses, you notice a lot of them have fairy knots in the mane, and you can probably assume that it's Kit's fault.
Yeah. Could tell where these came from.
Guess that makes them a little better.
No. It doesn't. They're pretty mid. Yeah. I can't do much to make them better. He's gonna have to get some better horses, to be honest.
That is very unfortunate.
They're pretty layman's horses.
I don't know what else to say about horses.
You don't have to talk about the horses. This was a framing for the things that you as characters have. Just,
For me,
a lot of things were said in some letters. I don't know. I don't know. Like, if you want to just talk about horses, I really can't tell you to, like, move the plot along or anything. But, like,
I mean,
Get it galloping, you know.
yeah,
those
the horses are a backdrop.
bendy straws, perhaps.
I mean, I did write you a letter back.
Yes.
You have to embrace what you are, if you want the bendy straws.
Well, I don't know about that. I have enough going on.
Well, then I guess I can make you a bendy. I guess I can make you a bendy straw from time to time, but I can't guarantee it. I am busy as a surgeon.
I would like that very much.
Or you could, embrace what you are.
I have a lot going on.
It might help though.
Well, perhaps, but not right now.
Also, with all this going on, you're gonna talk to Lieutenant about it?
I've written the lieutenant a letter.
Okay, you're gonna work through it maybe?
Perhaps. We'll see.
Or you're just gonna be stoic about it?
Why not both?
Because then you end up with mid horses for the world to see.
But you've
That's
seen my
clearly what
horse.
happens.
It is not mid. Not by a long shot.
Your horse is less mid than these. I'll give you that.
Love the diegetic use of mid.
Yeah,
It's no sea biscuit, but
Well, how would you know? He's wearing a mask.
isn't Seabiscuit Connor's horse?
sea biscuit is my horse.
Yes.
I do think I know my sea biscuit. It's my horse.
But you don't know my horse.
I
He has a
mean,
mask on.
Your horse is somewhere between these horses and sea biscuit.
Perhaps.
You can't tell.
You'll never know.
I'll give you that the matching mask is pretty impressive.
I agree.
Do you have one that matches like all your outfits?
No, just the mask. It's just the mask.
You don't ever change the mask?
No. Why would I do that?
Because you like drool and stuff, man.
I have others of the same color. I like this one.
You could like branch out a little bit into
But why?
To keep it from getting stale. So people don't assume you're just in a stinky drool mask.
I don't care what they assume.
I think you care quite a lot. I think that's kind of your problem.
I suppose.
I mean, I know of you before the incident, and I know of you after the incident, and I can tell you you're two different people. But you're still too proud for your own good.
I'm working on it.
Okay, it's better than nothing, I guess. Better than just living with mid-horses.
Agreed.
As you're sort of going in on the horses again, you realize after a moment that Beatrice Cargill has been standing behind you for a moment, like waiting for a moment to speak.
Which one? Who?
Beatrice, the Count's daughter.
Okay, yep.
How are the horses?
They're still mid.
Well,
You can pass along to your father, maybe, that your best option is to just get better horses.
he's quite attached to these ones.
I mean, he can keep them, but if he's going to be doing flashy things, he should probably have some, flashy horses.
Well,
They're fine as is, they're Morgan horses. They're horses.
I didn't come to debate the quality of the horses with you. On the subject of father and flashy things, my dear Jasper has confided in me that, well, he was perhaps a bit more involved in father's injury than has been made public. And I just wanted to say I do appreciate that you have maintained privacy on that for us.
I mean, I don't really care. Your father got hurt, and it's my job as a doctor to fix that. I don't really care how it happened.
Well,
And honestly, I didn't really see how it happened. I was a little distracted on my own.
that is, I suppose, what I was hoping to ask. I just, I suppose Jasper could have made a mistake. Everything seems so unclear.
Frederick might have a better idea. Frederick's a little bit better with guns than I.
Well, I'm not quite sure what happened exactly, but I don't know how much I want to divulge on this.
Yeah, I mean, that's a character
Yeah.
choice.
I think I'm going to keep that contained.
Under the mask.
Under the mask. Well, I suppose that's fair. I could tell, at the very least, Jasper feels quite terrible about it, so I suppose that's all I really need to know. I do appreciate what you've done, and I apologize if, other people have had their opinions about you one way or the other, but you've done my family a great service.
They'll have their opinions either way. Doesn't matter.
Thank you both. If there's anything more you remember, please do let me know, but otherwise, my family owes you a debt.
Well, please pass along my message to your father about the horses.
Well, my grandfather, he bred the horses, so there's a bit of a sentimental attachment to them. I don't know if you're going to change his mind on the quality of the horses, but I'll pass along the message.
He's the one who sent me out here to make them less mid.
He did, because he likes these ones.
But then what am I to do?
I don't know. He gets ideas in his head.
All right, well, you work on that.
I will do my best, Doctor. Thank you.
I can't fix ideas.
She will excuse herself. I guess we have some time within this chapter if we want to go see Cassandra's play.
There was also a promenade discussed in letters.
Oh, yes. I guess we can do that.
Yay.
Maybe play can be chapter 2.
Yeah.
Excellent. So there was a promenade discussed involving you, Cassandra, Frederick, and Margaret, which works out very well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's been a lot of buzz, the gossip session kind of going not the way Anastasia and Elizabeth hoped, has only increased their sort of continued pestering of you. So you have agreed to go promenade with Cassandra prior to her play. I'm sure she's very annoyed to be called away from her rehearsals.
So annoyed.
But you're making your mother happy by spending time with both Cassandra and Frederick, even though you got the same lecture about you better not be seen anywhere close to Margaret. Mm-hmm. Especially if you're promenading about. Mm-hmm. Don't be seen promenading about with that woman.
What?
Yeah. Esther brought flowers. They were the first ones that she saw in the garden and said, "Hello, gardener, please cut these flowers and arrange them." No regard for what Cassandra would actually like. What kind of flowers would Cassandra like?
I'm terrible at flowers.
she's
Something
a-
ridiculous
She
and
seems
red
irises.
out of season.
Like a red rose?
I feel like
or
an
not?
iris. I
Yeah.
feel like because it's
Like
very
daffodils.
big and all.
Yeah, it's spring.
Yeah.
Cassandra's, I feel like, the big red rose.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, bird of paradise. Cassandra's a bird of paradise gal.
There we go.
But it's
Yeah.
spring, so you've got like
A handful of daffodils.
the gardener did what they could. You
Yeah.
know, it's all like tulips
Baby's
and
breath.
daffodils this time of year.
Just the most anti-Cassandra bouquet. Something Margaret, I think, would probably love.
Oh, Margaret
But
loves daffodils.
They are given to Cassandra.
Cassandra will take them. Cassandra is in an absolutely ridiculous outfit right now.
Not
Like
appropriate for promenade.
What color?
it is.
Has to clash with the yellow.
It's gonna be a pink,
Okay.
but like an ombre pink.
Ooh.
So like magenta at the bottom, going into a nice dainty pink. And instead of carrying a parasol, it's like built into the neck piece.
Oh my god.
And the edges of the parasol have a matching feather border to her feather boa, because she always has a feather boa. She's got big flowy sleeves with feathers on the end. It's obnoxious.
I love it.
There's
and-
definitely like some magic going into this thing, making like the physics on the parasol
Yeah,
work.
it's
and,
like the equivalent of like when you look at an anime outfit and you're like, what is
Yeah.
happening there? Yeah, it's that.
No,
It's
there's
fully
like
that.
some glamour magic on this to make it even like work
Yes.
the way it's working.
Yes.
And in contrast, Esther is wearing a navy blue wool coat and a generic everything else.
Yes. Oh, darling, they're beautiful. And Cassandra will just hand them to her promenade,
they're
gargoyle,
beautiful.
and her promenade gargoyle will just hand them to
Yeah.
Margaret.
Oh, these are gorgeous.
Here you go, my lady.
They were grown in our garden, and they are for Cassandra.
I mean, yes, that obviously for Cassandra. I
for
was
Cassandra.
Just,
She can have them. My nails are a bit wet right now.
Perhaps we
darling.
could give them to the gargoyle.
Well, I gave them to the gargoyle, and the gargoyle gave them to her.
it's fine. It's fine.
No, my lady, I gave them to you.
And she's wearing like a yellow daffodil, like colored dress. Like she loves daffodils.
You can carry them for me, darling. It's fine.
Frederick,
They
you're being
always remind
upstaged.
me of little teacups.
Like I feel like you and Margaret have not even like shared a word yet.
Oh, yeah.
She's just like, oh, these are wonderful. Thank you so much, Esther. And you're like,
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, Frederick, can you stop it? Just be social. You used to be so fun.
Yes, darling. Be social with us.
Okay.
If you want, if you'd like to.
No, please
Esther-
do. I want to know more about you.
Don't you remember? He was just always the life of the party. He was making jokes and flittering about the party, and it was just so splendid. And all you do
remember
is
that,
just be a
Esther?
rain
Yes, of
cloud.
Do you remember how cool that was? I wonder what
Yes.
happened to him.
Well,
Things happened.
Oh, you must get over it. You guys are just. You used to be great friends. And I just feel like you need to just move on.
we are moving on. Frederick sent me the head of the worm that he shot at the hunt.
What?
He told me in a letter that it was rightfully my kill, and he sent me the head.
I'm supposed to be the drama around here. What is this?
Frederick, is that true?
I'm sorry, was that private?
No, it's fine. It was a gift.
Good. Because
Yes.
it was a very worthy gift. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Why did you do it?
Was there no note?
There was a note.
It was a private note.
Yes, it was private.
Well,
Somehow we're promenading, and Cassandra's like, do tell.
Like, well,
Just like arm in arm and just like
She's got two gargoyles under her.
Cassandra's a crazy gargoyle lady.
Carried by the
well,
chaise.
that's where her money comes from. Like she's an actress, but her Dad's big in the gargoyle, like,
Trade.
He carves gargoyles.
He carves the gargoyle, he brings them to life.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
So
where
she's
There
got
we
her.
go.
She's got
Montague gargoyles.
her 2 elbow gargoyles. She's just do tell.
Have we established the lore on the gargoyles?
They are gargoyles.
They're all from New Jersey. That's what matters.
Yeah, I remember
Except for
that
the
part.
champagne one.
That's the faraway place you're from.
Yeah, Cassandra's from New Jersey.
That accent is totally made up that she does.
She's from Jersey.
Yeah.
I'm just writing
Your
this down.
gargoyle baron father.
Okay.
Yeah.
From the Americas.
This is
The
lore.
gargoyle baron.
I love it.
Tony.
I mean, it's important. It might come back up later. Yeah.
Well,
So many crazy
tell us what it said.
That was between us.
Yes.
Oh, stop it. Just tell us.
All
We're
it
all
said
friends.
was that he believed I should have the head of the worm that I tracked and I set the shot for, and I would have taken had he not done it himself. And that is all that was in that note. And it is not anyone else's business what was in the letter.
Oh, calm down.
Seems like some shade might have been thrown in that letter.
Are you upset with
No
me?
shade.
No. No,
What does
no,
this
never,
mean,
never,
shade?
Never, Margaret.
Seems as if you are.
No,
You
never.
haven't been around me lately. It feels like you're ignoring me.
Not by choice.
Expand upon that.
Well, as I'm
Is it
sure
because of
you...
him?
No.
I need a drink.
Because of my... my good lady mother.
What is this?
Ugh, goodness.
Yes. My good
Is
lady
this a
mother.
martini?
She never liked me.
I will actually spend Elizabeth's resolve token for this episode to just sort of put the pressure on you right now. I think my narrative reason for this resolve token is just like you're really feeling like the pressure. Like she's not physically here, but it's almost like you feel her eyes on you right now.
Yeah.
That is her compelling you to do or feel something.
My good lady mother believes that a more advantageous match would be with Miss Montague. And I, as a dutiful daughter, am obliged to follow her advice.
But I'm already engaged. Why does she care what I do?
That is a very good question, and it is one I do not have an answer to.
Frederick, who has not spoken to you at all because you're too busy asking Esther. She's mad at you.
That's right. Cassandra's busy fawning over Frederick right now anyway, so...
Talking about the gargoyle business.
Yeah.
And your play and
Yeah.
Yes, tell me about these gargoyles.
Well, they're all from across the pond, you know. But, yeah,
Good
know.
American stone.
Daddy does the gargoyles.
Colonial gargoyles?
Yes.
Intriguing.
New
The
world.
colonies are long gone at this point in time. It's been like 40 years.
I mean, they still call them the colony.
I think I did last week, too.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I don't know, had they stopped calling them that by then?
Yeah,
Probably.
the war of
Still-
1812 kind of solidified that.
Yeah.
They still haven't stopped calling them that.
It's 1816.
Yeah,
No, we're still getting used to
I
it.
feel
okay.
like the snobby rich Brits would
Yeah,
still
true,
call them
true.
the
Colonies. Yeah, that's fair.
I apologize to any of the Brits out there.
Sorry, what?
But yeah, gargoyles. But yeah, it just seems like, you know, you and Esther, this is such drama. I love it.
It's nothing.
Seems like it might be a little bit of something.
Well, perhaps a small something. We're working on it. A little bit.
I like the mystery of you. You used to be so out there. Now you're so mysterious.
It's the mask.
So here's you two, or you four, all doing the things that, like, your family is very specifically were like, don't do this.
And we're out in public.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're promenading. There's
You
tons
are
of people around also
promenading.
promenading. This is a terrible place to have this conversation.
Way to go, everybody.
And I mean, Cassandra's outfit is drawing attention.
Oh, yeah.
So that's not helping.
Those American styles, so crazy.
Frederick,
Yes.
I feel that we've had some dissonance between us lately. And I don't understand, because I feel as though when we got engaged, we were very much happy, and it feels like you're, mind me if I'm saying, getting worse?
The vibes are bad.
She's sharp-witted, cutting, and headstrong, so. She's being sharp-witted, cutting, and headstrong.
How am I getting worse? Worse about what?
You are isolating yourself. I had to drag you here today.
Well,
Feels like you're just hiding behind that mask, not because of, what's behind it, but you're hiding your personality behind it.
I guess I've just gotten used to it.
Well, get unused to it. I don't like this new you.
I will try.
I like it. Quite a lot. Still linked arms with it, with Cassandra.
Isn't everybody within,
Yes.
reaching? You're
Yes.
saying that?
Oh, Cassandra does not care.
Okay.
Cassandra is free and flirtatious.
Well, then maybe you should bring him out of his shell, because I'm sick and tired of trying to do it.
Okay.
And she's, honestly, Margaret storms off.
Margaret, no.
Yeah. Cassandra will unlink.
She, throws
and
the
link with
daffodils
you.
down.
Esther and follows Margaret.
Yep. No. Drama. I'm just so sick of it, Esther.
Margaret. And she's going to actually Esther's going to burn a resolve token, and she's going to cast like a spell to amplify like bird song or whatever noises around her, so she can speak openly with Cassandra.
Just loud birds.
Loud birds. Everybody except Esther everybody except Esther and Margaret can hear just loud birds.
It's just Cassandra louder.
Quieter,
No, loud birds.
Isn't there
You
a
have
spell where it's
telepathy
like
in your family.
Esther does not have telepathy. Esther,
Just loud birds.
I don't think Esther could muster up magic to make something shrink or smaller.
Yeah, you're big brain.
She's spending all of that energy making herself smaller. So I'm going to burn a resolve token to amplify the birds and say, Margaret, I need to say this very clearly to you. Were it not for my lady mother and your engagement with Frederick, we would be engaged.
What?
I know. I only have a few moments to say this.
The birds.
We would have been engaged years ago had it not been for all of the business with Frederick and with my lady mother pushing me towards Cassandra. I know.
What? Why haven't you ever told me this?
We were friends.
We were more than friends.
We were more than friends. And I thought I knew that you wouldn't want to be around me after what I did.
You could do nothing to make me not want to be around you.
Nothing?
Nothing. Esther, and she takes her hands.
Put that mask on Frederick's face. I all but made it myself.
Esther, you are a passionate person. You make things explosive, sometimes in not a good way. But cue the mask. But you make me happy, and I was devastated when you left.
You always made me happy as well. And there is no other reason why I would not be with you.
How can you tell me this when I I can do nothing about it.
I can do nothing about it either.
As you look over and Cassandra's like fawning over Frederick, your mask is turning red.
Cassandra, my dear, do you hear very loud birds?
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh.
I am certain that you and Frederick will be able to make a life together.
She takes her hands back.
And I will remain friends, I hope, with you.
I don't know what to say.
I never know what to say.
This is a first for me, as you know. I have much to think about. I must go. And she runs back to Frederick. Frederick, we must leave. I need to go home.
Already?
Esther's still wherever they went off to.
Yeah.
She's just standing
Something
there.
happened with these birds.
Yes. It doesn't matter. Can we please leave?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Just leave Cassandra to her
Goodbye,
gargoyles.
Cassandra. I hope to see you at your play.
Of course.
Break a leg.
No.
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 All right. Well, I think that was a pretty solid chapter we had going there. So I do think some of us have some reputation things to consider this time.
Ooh.
All right. So we are assessing your major character's behavior against your reputation criteria, which I believe is on your family sheet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which one? This thing?
This thing.
I think,
the little guy.
Yes.
Connor, you
Yes.
could kind of go either way on this. Like, you have the Count's family behind you, but the rest of Good Society has been whispering about you because, you know, they don't like you already for several reasons.
The Irish.
Yeah, the Fae, the Irish,
We're keeping that bit going.
Of course.
So I feel like you can really go either way on where your reputation went. I think, Esther, you bombed this
I
week.
bombed it. Yup.
Frederick, you kind of bombed it. Everyone's really trying to, like, push you outside, and you're like, no.
Wasn't there supposed to be a consequence to the magic?
Oh, yeah. I kind of figured the consequence was sort of built in there.
Okay,
You
yeah.
were already having a bad time.
Okay, the consequence was
Your
attracting more
beloved
attention.
fled.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody heard what it was, but
People
more eyes
like,
were on it.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool.
And I think the fact that nobody heard you literally say, like, oh, we're good friends, you know, they're like, oh, I think it was worse that you, you know. So I'm going to make a strong argument that you had a
Oh, 100%
reputation
negative.
Torren, I think, kind of same because your gossip party people saw
Yes.
your ugly house and the fact that you don't have it intended and you're in your flop era.
In my flop era.
And then I think Connor's really the only one that can make an argument one way or the other.
I think just because everyone else had a flop week, Connor's gonna have a good week. Yeah.
in
last
his lane.
Yeah, last week everybody was spreading rumors about Connor. So you know what? This week,
Well,
Connor.
he's still got a good reputation.
Yeah.
It's just everyone
Lots of rumors.
everyone really wants to see him flop.
Yeah. So Connor's having a good week. You know what?
Okay.
Take it.
So,
Take it.
what is everyone's new reputation tag?
Indecorous.
Ooh.
Pitiful.
Incompetent, pitiful. This guy's just...
That's my third negative. By
Yeah,
the way.
so you now have one of the negative reputation, I can't remember the word for it. On your character sheet, there's
Yeah.
2 positive and 2 negative reputation thingies. Let me find the actual word for that.
Oh, that's right, on the big one.
Yes, so you have to pick a negative reputation status that's in effect.
Well, I'm choosing medicinal
Ooh.
for my positive.
All right.
So after 3,
Yeah, you're going to also have a negative status. It's on your character sheet, right?
the little one, right?
Yeah.
No.
The criteria on the little one, the actual statuses are on the big one.
Aha, the down
I
arrow.
guess the
Yes.
only one I can do is unwanted presence. Your family members reject your advice, support, and affection.
Ooh.
Because the other one's a bad example. A family member follows your poor example, but Kit doesn't. Kit already has a bad
Kit is
example.
the bad
Yeah.
example. So Kit's just going to cause more problems.
Right. I feel like
Yeah.
it's just. I feel like unwanted presence is better. Cause
I think, yeah, the right for that is like Anastasia usually gives you some level of like say in family affairs because the look of you being the Viscount. Right now she's on lockdown. She's like,
Yeah,
no, I
you're
say
like-
what goes on in this family because you can't handle it.
correct.
What was your new negative tag?
Oh, my new negative tag is pitiful.
So what are the 3 you have just for the
Incompetent, old-fashioned, and pitiful.
Jesus.
sad wet dog?
He's just a
All right.
boy.
He's just a little guy.
Connor, you still have your favor with the Count in effect.
Yep.
You still have your favor with Jasper. And Frederick, what's your new negative tag? You've got detached and blunt.
We can just make one up, right?
Yeah, it's literally just a...
I put embarrassed,
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
and I guess for the
Everyone knows-
reputation consequence is fracture.
Yeah, what's that do?
Someone close to you is appalled by your behavior and refuses to talk to you.
I feel like Margaret. I feel like that would make sense for Margaret to
Yep.
stop talking to you.
Yeah,
thought
Margaret's
it
been trying to
fit in
get you
there
out of your
pretty well.
shell. You, like, barely talked on that promenade, and she's, like, a little done with you, especially after the talk with Esther. Especially after the talk with Esther. Okay. So that is, I believe,
one I had to move over.
reputation.
Oh, my new tag is indecorous.
Detached,
Ooh, that's a-
embarrassed,
No
restrained.
reputation.
good.
I don't even know if that's a real word.
What does it mean in your mind?
In my mind, like, ignores decorum.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
that would make sense.
Yeah.
What was your new tag?
Medicinal.
Medicinal.
All right. And then it is time for rumors and or scandals. To remind you guys, we have some rumors that are due to fade out. It is the book was stolen from the Count. Torren's dad was killed because of debt. Western writing is scandalous. Connor is using dark magic. Cassandra's wine gargoyle wasn't serving wine. Margaret would prefer Esther. And Connor caused the Count's injury. Those are all ones that are risk of fading out this time.
I mean,
You
Oh, sorry.
can go around and either start a new one or perpetuate an existing one. Again, this is based on society, so
Not
there's
you
probably
personally.
some that are more obvious than others this time.
I mean, Margaret would prefer Esther over Frederick.
Yeah,
100%.
That's going from fading out to having a...
And can I escalate that to both of them would prefer the other?
yeah, we can just
like,
change that. a little.
Margaret and Esther would both prefer each other.
Oof. Yeah, so we'll edit that.
Oh, we're making that one, not 2 separate rumors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. We're just
I
upping
see.
it. All right, so Margaret and Esther would prefer each other. Your mother's going to kill you.
Yes. It's so dramatic.
It's so dramatic. All right.
All right, I got one.
You got one?
Frederick's curse is causing his personality to be affected. Like the curse is affecting his personality.
Which isn't great for Esther. Bad week for Esther.
Yeah.
Esther's terrible, horrible, no good, very bad week.
All right. When you're ready, Jay, no rush.
I think the Connor using dark magic, did that fall off?
It will fall off if we don't spread it this week.
I think I will.
Yeah, I think that makes
Spread
sense
that
because it was literally being spread on purpose this week. All right, and
Dang it, Anastasia.
and
I guess I'm going to spread that Cassandra's a little into Frederick.
Ooh.
all right, and then you're 2 for 2 because we have to go back around.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so what happens to, like, you did something with the mid horses rumor?
Yeah, mid
So-
horses is
Would that be fading out now?
it will be fading out. It won't be gone this time, I believe. Yeah, because it's not currently fading out.
All right, so I'm going to spread the rumor that the horses are irreparably mid.
Irreparably
So
mid.
are you
Are we
bumping
adding
that
to
one
it?
up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna add the word irreparably in there and put a resolve token back on it, baby. We're back. Jay, once again, you can choose to spread an existing rumor that doesn't have the bubble in. Or ones like Edwin, Seth, legitimate ones that came with the bubble. Or you can start a new one.
I think I would like to see the wine gargoyle come back.
I was so sure that one was going to fade. All right,
especially since
now...
it's now a martini.
That's the
gargoyle.
thing. Cassandra was seen publicly with a cocktail that won't exist for another 100-something years.
She's just ahead of the trends. All right, Maeve, we're back to you.
Okay. So if it has a bubble from last time, it'll go to
It'll
fading.
start fading, so that's the first
The only ones
two.
we, like, if they're gone forever, would be the fading ones, right? Trying to decide between Connor had something to do with the injury or Torren's father was killed because of bad debts. I think I'm going to do... I feel like it makes more sense to do... Connor had something to do with the injury.
I mean, Torren's father also, because people are talking about how you're poor.
I'm poor. Okay,
we-
so I'll do the poor one.
And we do already have some Connor rumors circulating.
Yeah, that's
so
fair,
I feel
that's
like
fair,
the
that's
Torren
fair,
one's fair. Yeah, so everyone's talking about how you're poor.
Good.
I'm actually just going to further the Connor caused the Count's injury.
Okay.
Just because
Yeah, nobody can keep Connor's name out of their mouth.
I
this
think
week.
the dark magic being rumored is that the dark magic caused the misfire.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, with that said, Edwin's death was intentional, and is Torren a legitimate heir? Are now both fading.
Cool.
Book was stolen from the Count is no longer relevant, so you can cross it out. Western writing is scandalous is no longer the hot goss, so you can cross it out. And any rumors that weren't spread this week, which are the top two? Yeah.
The two new ones?
The two new ones are fading out already. Cassandra's into Frederick, and Frederick's curse is impacting his personality. They are not as relevant as the other ones at this time.
Got it.
Okay.
So there should only be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tokens? Or is that too many?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. I think that's everything we have to handle for now. Let me triple
I
check.
have a weird question.
Yes.
Can I burn a magic token during the epistolary phase?
Yeah, why not?
Cool.
So with that, we will, yes, go to our epistolary phase, which means we're going to take our break while our characters drum up some more letters. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly.
Viscount Torren Radcliffe. Making your acquaintance at Cargill engagement was most surprising. It is not often I meet fellow equestrians with such opinions and open mindfulness towards other writing styles. I hope we meet again and can discuss further or perchance go riding. Reunite, Connor Oirden.
Dear Dr. Oirden, I have just finished reading Graceful Riding, a pocket manual for equestrians by C. Waite, and thought you would enjoy it. You intrigued me with your passion for Western horse riding, but I could not find a decent book that described the Western riding we spoke of. I would love to meet for tea at the John Rylands Library. Maybe they have some more books on horses that might intrigue you. I look forward to speaking with you. Viscount Torren Radcliffe.
Dear Captain Destler, I have received an invitation from Baron Cargill to join him for worm hunting on the afternoon of Saturday the next. I have been asked to bring companions, and I only felt it right to extend an invitation to you. After all, what could be better than an afternoon of fresh air and sport to awaken the body and soul? I await your answer. Lieutenant Esther Haskell.
Dearest enemy mine, but also Lieutenant Esther Haskell, I am regrettably being encouraged to thank you formally for kindly welcoming me and exchanging pleasantries at the Count's recent celebration. Perhaps, in light of this, and despite our situation, as well as my perpetual rage, we can begin on a road to recovery, with the assistance of our respective thorns in our sides. Respectfully, the Captain. P.S. I will join you for worm hunting. Delightfully.
Dear Frederick Dessler, I heard you at the engagement party this past week, but I fear I missed you. I would have loved to converse with you, but alas, it was ne'er the time. Will you be joining us for the worm hunt? I would love to see you. We have much to discuss. Viscount Torren Radcliffe.
Dear Dr. Oirden, it has been quite a time since our last meeting. You seem quite different. Perhaps the front has changed you? Perhaps it has given you some interesting stories to tell. Would you be amenable to meeting this Thursday afternoon, perhaps for tea? Yours truly, Lieutenant Esther Haskell.
Dear Connor, we have only just now met so succinctly at the Count's most recent gathering. However, I must know the secrets of these twisty-bendy straws, as you call them. What manner of magic has wrought them to the plane? Name your price. Enthusiastically yours, the Captain.
Captain Dessler, should you want to know the secrets of these twisty straws, you must embrace that you are Aishi, same as I. Until you embrace what you are, I cannot help you, regardless of compensation offered. Dr. Oirden.
Dearest Dr. Oirden, I apologize for my change in demeanor towards the end of the hunt. I did really enjoy our race. I hope you know that I don't believe the salacious rumors surrounding what happened that day. You saved that man's life. That's all that should count. I hope to see you again soon. Torren Radcliffe.
My dear Lieutenant Haskell, it appears I have lived long enough to do something I once thought constitutionally impossible. Write to you without grinding my teeth to powder. Time, that most officious Sergeant Major, has at last knocked some sense into me, though not, I assure you, all of it. You and I have carried a mutual history like a pair of loaded pistols, neither inclined to set the other down. I have blamed you, often loudly, and with great theatrical skill, for the injury and disgrace that saw me ushered from the service. It is possible I have also enjoyed the bitterness more than was good for me. It gave me something to brood over once my uniform was taken away, which is more than most ex-captains can boast. Now, to business, and to the forest, a fortnight past. Our noble little expedition was, as hunts go, memorable chiefly for your excellence and my impertinence. You tracked the wormling cleanly, set the shot perfectly, and would have claimed the kill had I not, with impeccable timing and questionable character, fired first. I observed your disappointment with the solemn regard of a man who had just committed a minor crime and hoped no magistrate was present. Permit me, then, to confess what you likely already suspected. The kill was yours. Entirely. I merely arrived first, as I once did at promotions I did not deserve. This time, however, I had the decency to plan restitution. Enclosed with this letter is the mounted head of the wormling, preserved at some expense and no small argument with the taxidermist. Beneath it you will find a brass plate engraved with the words, "To the best hunter and shot I know." I insist you read that not as sentimentality, but as a statement of fact, one I am overdue in acknowledging. Take it as both a trophy and an admission. Publicly, the beast may wear my bullet. Privately, its death rests squarely on your steady hands. If I stole your moment, it was only so I might return it properly, and without witnesses. Should we ever share a hunt again, I promise to restrain myself and remember my place, an ability I have been perfecting ever since I lost it. Yours, still stubborn but improving, the Captain.
To my once and future friend, Captain Frederick Dessler. This is most assuredly an unexpected, though not unappreciated gesture on your part. I will admit I may have interpreted your actions at the worm hunt a tad bit uncharitably. Although, given your history, I am certain you can understand why I believed your theft of my rightful victory a deliberate act of malice. All of that said, I accept this gift with open arms and have mounted it above the fireplace in my chambers. Mother tells me it complements the wallpaper nicely. I would not know. I haven't an eye for such things. In return for your act of goodwill, I would like to extend to you another invitation. Tomorrow morning, I am obliged to go to Promenade with Miss Cassandra Montague. Just between the two of us, my lady mother has seen it fit to pursue a match between myself and Miss Montague. I wonder if you and the good Lady Margaret Winstead would like to accompany us. I have heard rustlings and rumors of a similar engagement between the two of you, and a promenade would be a wonderful opportunity for the four of us to discuss the last few days, and of course the future of our lives here in Lockwell. Yours in hopeful friendship, Lieutenant Esther Haskell.
And welcome back. We are returning to our Good Society campaign. Our characters have all written each other some various letters over our break, which you will get to see later. But for now, I believe we have all agreed to attend Miss Cassandra's play. Is it a named play that exists? Or is it
Macbeth.
Whoa.
That's not about marrying for love. That's about murdering for love.
It's a one-woman play of Macbeth.
A reimagining.
Yes.
Yeah, so you all have already, the seating goblin, or the seating gargoyle has arranged your seats. It's all been done. Your mother is not happy about this arrangement at this point because she does not want you being seen with Margaret at all. But she also doesn't want to go back on this engagement that you've already agreed to because that would look even worse.
Yep.
So you're all headed out in your carriages with your horses of varying quality to, I assume, the city because, Cassandra's...
To London?
Probably. Yeah, I think Cassandra's a London tier actress. No, none of that Manchester nonsense.
No.
So yeah, you take your various carriages out to the city.
Esther is back in full red coat. This is a formal event. Still no gloves.
I think this is a silent carriage ride between you and your mother.
Yep.
She's just staring ahead the whole time.
It's been an hour, Mother. Are you going to say anything?
I've nothing to say, since clearly you won't listen anyway.
I have accompanied you to Cassandra's play.
Yes, it's the least you could do. And I should hope...
The least I could do.
The least
to be
you
seen
could do.
out in public with Frederick Dessler, who will not acknowledge what he's done wrong.
Yes. And I should hope that this will go less disastrously than every event I have brought you to since you have returned.
Mother, what else could you have expected from me? Honestly.
Better
Honestly,
than
Mother.
this. Better than this.
Haven't I proven myself unworthy of your expectations enough?
Unfortunately, I have no choice but to hope that you will develop some sense sooner rather than later.
And what if I never do?
Then I don't know, Esther. We will have a good time tonight. You will be friendly and amicable to Cassandra. And we will do away with these unfortunate rumors about you and the good Lady Margaret.
That is the only thing she's thought about. How long has it been since the promenade?
Probably a couple days.
Couple days, yeah,
the
last couple
weekend
days.
passed,
She's done other things. She has only thought about the conversation with Margaret.
Yeah. Everybody arrives on their horses. I don't know if Connor's coming.
Yeah,
It's up to you.
Connor was invited. Connor's in a carriage. Maybe we rode together because Cassandra invited both of us.
Cassandra sent her
We
own
share a carriage.
I feel like that might be a little scandalous.
Would it?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Would
I
it?
mean, it's
Connor-
not that
Connor
you and the
and-
doctor are friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're
Just,
It would be scandalous that Margaret's not there with you, because I feel like Margaret
Yeah,
is not
Margaret
in
did
your carriage.
not come in the carriage with you. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's a little scandalous.
We're just boys hanging out with the whiskey gargoyle.
Just two
Ooh.
boys
Just
chilling
two
in a hot
boys.
tub.
with a real whiskey gargoyle.
Well, in that case, how could I refuse?
Nothing wrong with two boys in a carriage with a whiskey gargoyle. All right, yeah, you guys are on your carriage
Little
ride sent by
whiskey.
Cassandra. What are Cassandra's horses like? Or like her draft horses, her carriage horses?
She's got very nice horses.
They've got cheetah print.
Yeah. They're cheetah print, and their carriage
Very New
gear has
Jersey.
feather boas. Yeah.
Giant plumes.
Yeah,
Like the
giant-
Cinderella horses.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
love that.
for sure. Yeah, and they have New Jersey accents.
The horses?
The horses
Yeah.
talk?
Nay. I can't
No,
even
they
do
just neigh with a Jersey accent.
How do you do that?
No.
No,
No, that's Australian.
Yeah.
Nay, man.
Hey, I'm
Yeah. Nay.
I'm trotting here.
Yeah. They're just, leopard print, your average leopard print draft horses.
We do like you, New Jersey. If there are New Jersey watchers.
The real one.
Jersey's
I'm
the
from
new
New
Ireland.
York. No. Don't listen to this. I don't
Everybody
like New Jersey.
except Ant accepts New Jersey.
I accept that it's a state. And it's here.
They're our cousin. We gotta be nice.
New Jersey is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it exists.
We're in Connecticut. We really cannot be doing all this.
I'm not from Connecticut, so.
And yet you're here with us all the same.
But the Jersey horses are fantastic. So
Cheetah
That's
print.
fair.
Yeah, the cheetah print,
They're not mid.
they're not
They're
mid
not
at
mid.
all.
No.
You know Cassandra
Yeah,
does not have
they're
a horse.
all named Vinny.
Are they
each-
numbered?
No,
Vin-
no.
Vinny and Vinny.
and they're
There's
all
4
cousins.
horses and they're all my cousins.
You can't say that while I'm drinking.
So yes, you're in Cassandra's carriage. Is the point of that. You, Connor, and you, Frederick.
Yeah.
I see. Should I inquire about the Vinnies?
I mean, you can.
What does Connor know about that?
Yeah, I don't know about the Vinnies.
I mean, you know a lot about horses.
well, yes, they're beautiful horses.
Is it often that you see them?
Oh my god.
I know we love horses, but can we move
so
on
much
from the
horses.
horses?
It's so much horses.
I know I
honestly,
said yes, horses, because I'm in Plan C and there are no horses, but I feel like there's so much
There might
horse.
be an upper
There's
level
so
for
much
Frederick
horse.
episode.
Move on.
Get a different joke.
Beating a dead horse.
I feel like Frederick is just awkwardly trying to hold on to the horse topic because, like, he's gotten very unpracticed at making conversation. So he's
yes.
like, so the horses, and Connor, he's immediately just trying to, like,
Grasp at something?
Boyo, are you trying to distract me from the drama that you got going on with Esther?
Perhaps, yes, perhaps.
I do love horses, but you've got to deal with, your stuff.
Yeah. I suppose so. What do you suggest?
Just talk it out. Maybe little fisticuffs.
That didn't go so well for me the last time.
Esther doesn't seem to do the glove thing anymore, so,
just a little
Do the
fisticuffs.
glove
Just a little fisticuffs between
Doesn't
boys.
do the glove thing anymore.
Well, you don't.
I don't. I wonder why.
I mean, have you seen Esther in gloves since I've been here? I haven't.
No.
Yeah, so I think you're all clear on the glove front.
I really hadn't made notice of this until
Yeah,
now.
because you're too busy hiding under tables and stuff.
I don't hide under tables. I have a cloak.
I do believe at the beginning of that party that I attended when I first got here, you were under a table at some point.
Was I? I don't recall. I may have partaken in some whiskey.
I mean,
Speaking of,
these whiskey gargoyles or something, aren't they?
they are. I'm very curious about these gargoyles from New Jersey.
I mean, they're not native to New Jersey, but Cassandra's pa, he really does a good job with them.
Interesting.
It's a lot of money to get the cheetah print on them. Nothing to hear.
Nothing to see here. I didn't know.
Connor's getting a psychic, prophetic vision.
Now, where's your lass, Margaret?
She wanted to stay home for some reason. I think she may be upset with me.
You sure about that? As we pull up?
see.
You sure about that? Because I believe she's getting out of that carriage over there.
and she is like decked out.
No,
Like,
not the revenge dress.
yeah, 100% the revenge
Oh
dress.
my God.
But she's in her, because she's new money, she's in her nicest carriage with the nicest horses, and it's glimmering. The whole carriage is glimmering and shiny. She's wearing all of her family jewel, like the
all
family
glamour
jewels.
magic.
Literally,
It
like,
smells nice.
oh my gosh, she like exuberates like an aura of like shimmer and just like is beaming.
There seems to be like the lighting is perfect on you specifically.
And she just gets out and she is by herself. Like nobody's in her carriage, not her mother, nothing.
Did she know Frederick was coming? Okay.
For sure.
Oh, boyo, I think you've got another thing to worry about tonight.
It would appear so.
I'll let you get to it.
So we're in one box get together, right?
Yeah,
Can
it's
we say there was an extra seat
sure.
and that Kit has shown up and put themselves in the seat?
Yeah, I would love some Kit.
Cassandra assumed Kit was coming. So, because remember, Cassandra talked to her seating gargoyle, and her seating gargoyle set the seating arrangement.
Yeah, so I assume my draft pick for the box is you four, obviously. Margaret, not Cassandra, because Cassandra's in her one-woman production of Macbeth.
Isabel, because Torren specifically
Yes,
invited.
Isabel, because she has to be here. And I think your aunt and your mom, because they want to keep a close eye on you at this point.
Yeah.
So it's a packed box.
And Kit.
And Kit.
Kit, but Cassandra has chosen the seating arrangement. So
Okay.
But what's the
they're
seating
labeled.
arrangement?
So Cassandra likes to stir. So
Oh, I didn't notice that about her.
No way,
all.
crazy.
so we've got Margaret next to Esther.
Hold up, I gotta write this down.
Yeah, hold on. Let me.
Margaret, Esther.
I need a chart.
Yeah,
seating chart?
yeah. So
We don't have gargoyles, so we have to do it ourselves.
Yeah, you know.
Is
Call
this
in the gargoyles?
front to back or back to front?
Would Esther prefer back or front? Because Cassandra would.
Esther would 100% prefer back.
Okay, so then back.
Okay.
So
Ooh.
it's gonna go Esther
Ooh.
corner because Cassandra knows that Esther would prefer a corner. So it's gonna go
Back corner.
Esther in the back corner, and then Margaret, and then Esther's mom next to Margaret.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
What's her name?
My God.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
All the Haskells have E names, including the as of
she
yet
doesn't-
unnamed dad.
She doesn't have her resolve token. I was gonna say like she'll switch the cards, but she can't. She can't.
And then next to Elizabeth is going to be Connor,
Oh, okay.
and then Torren.
Okay.
This is
Wait,
very
all in a row?
long.
Yeah, we're doing 4, and then it's 6 people total.
Oh, it's like
How many?
these 4, 2 parents, Isabel,
That's 8 people then.
and yeah, it's 8 people.
Okay.
Should be 4 and then 4, right? 4
Oh,
and
9. Because
Kit.
counts as 2.
Yes,
All
Kit.
right, wait.
May-
1,
Yes, you 2,
2,
and your
3,
side
4, 5,
characters.
6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9.
All right. So then in front of Esther is going to be Frederick.
Okay.
He's so tall though. You're not gonna see anything.
Um,
Well, if it's like windows because of 9.
Yeah.
It's 5 in the back, 4 in the front.
Who's the 5th in the back?
Me. Torren.
Got it.
I have 4 in the back. 1, 2, 3.
Esther,
No, I have 5 in
Margaret,
the back.
Elizabeth,
yeah,
Connor,
I have
Torren.
5 Yeah. And then we have 4 in the front. All right. So who's left?
The
Fred,
moms.
Isabel. Oh, Isabel and the moms. Or no, one mom.
Both
Auntie.
moms. Mom
Oh
and
no,
aunt.
because
No.
Elizabeth's back next to Margaret. Yes. Okay. So we have Anastasia,
Kit,
Kit.
Isabel.
Okay. So we're going to have Frederick.
Oh, where was Connor?
Between
Connor's-
Elizabeth and Torren.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Frederick. So we have what? Isabel and
Auntie Anastasia.
Auntie Anastasia.
And Kit.
Okay.
Can't forget Kit. Can I say, I think Kit should be right next to Torren.
Okay.
Or as close to Torren as possible.
Great. This is
Which would be funny because then Auntie Anastasia is in the front,
All right.
in front of your mother,
Which leaves
which would also
Isabel,
be next to Kit as well.
which leaves Isabel pretty far from Connor and Torren.
Yes.
Isabel, unsure why she's here.
Cassandra pretty much only invited Isabel because
Torren, yeah.
you were like, would you like to go? So we're going to do Frederick, and then you guys kind of had laid out the front. So what is it that you wanted for the front?
I was saying Auntie Anastasia, and then Isabel, and then Kit.
Could swap Isabel and Anastasia.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
So we're going to do Frederick, Kit.
We're taking forever on this.
Isabel.
No, this is like, I think, Regency era levels of effort on this.
Yes.
And then Auntie Anastasia.
Yeah.
This is
Okay,
period accurate.
So that means my aunt is next in front of me. Okay.
Yes. In front of Connor and Torren. Yes. That I kind of wanted her near.
Yeah. I like it. I like it.
Back row is Torren, then Connor, then Elizabeth Haskell, then Margaret, then Esther. And in front of them is Kit, then Isabel, then Aunt Anastasia, and then Fred. Yeah?
I have Frederick next to Kit.
Yeah.
So Frederick, Kit, Isabel,
Frederick,
Anastasia.
Kit is
Okay.
And then
aunt.
we have an empty seat?
Esther,
Nope,
Margaret.
there's 9 total.
Esther's mom,
1, 2, 3,
Connor,
4, 5.
Torren.
1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4, 9.
Right. That would be
The stages be here.
an empty space here.
It's
Like
like,
this.
offset. So
That's your
Yeah, 5-4.
Yeah.
So that you're not blocking the view with your tall
I see.
self.
Yeah.
All right.
sorry for the wedding seating arrangements thing. we
No,
had
again,
going
I
on.
think that's period accurate
It's
levels.
perfect.
Of yes.
It's
Yeah.
Name cards. And
Yeah.
shenanigans stirring
Yeah.
awfulness.
Yeah.
Just wait till the
Cassandra
food
knows.
fight.
Yeah, your mother sees the seating chart and sighs
Esther is white.
heftily.
The seating gargoyle will lead you each to your seats.
I think there might have been a slight mistake.
No, milady. It's right. Ramrod straight spine.
All right, well, I wouldn't want to cause a scene at Cassandra's play.
Yes, I am here for Cassandra and Cassandra alone.
Yes.
I think that Torren is going to use magic to move, attempt to move his aunt to where Frederick is.
To get her,
Her
from
away.
Yeah, you could just like magically
Yeah.
change the cards. Okay.
Not that I didn't like your seeing arrangement, I just think it would be funny if Torren tried to do that.
Again, there's some sort of bad thing that happens.
Yes.
There's some suggestions, but like if you want to kind of go off the rails aside from those, obviously, who helps you? What do they demand? How does an unintended side effect occur? What does your magic demand from you? So what's not perfect about your situation here?
I think the unintended side effect that it does move my aunt to where Kit is and move it over, but trying to think. I think I want it also Kit's moves as well, because like I'm not very good at controlling my magic, and Kit gets moved to where I am, and I get still moved next to Auntie Anastasia.
I don't know what's going on right now.
So we have you sitting next to your aunt.
or honestly, I feel like that might be too confusing. What I'll do,
How about you just accidentally moved us, like swapped Elizabeth and Anastasia? So now we're both next to.
Elizabeth and Anastasia. So like
Yeah, let's switch
switching
the-
the two aunts.
Yeah.
Got
Aunt
it.
and mom.
And then
Okay. Can I copy your homework,
Yes,
Maeve?
copy my homework.
And do make it obvious.
so like your aunt's no longer in front of you, but now she's next to me.
Yep. Still.
Yeah.
Yep. And to her detriment, she's next to Kit, which she does not like.
Well, even worse, she's directly behind Kit.
Yeah, Kit is in front of you guys.
yes.
So it goes
Kit is-
Torren,
And
So
then
that's
Isabel.
Kit. Yeah,
Connor,
Kit, Isabel. Yeah.
Auntie, and then Kit is in front of you guys,
Yeah, here.
which is
Kit is so.
yes, I kind of got it.
Kit is like 5 martinis deep at this point.
5. You just got here.
Yes. Kit
got a high
can
tolerance.
hold their
Pitcher.
liquor.
Martini
Kit is
pitcher.
made of magic.
Got a bendy straw in a pitcher right now.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh my dear brother, have you tried these from the gargoyles? They're simply divine.
Well,
Kit,
I'm not
Auntie Anastasia!
I think you've had quite enough already.
There's no such thing as enough, my good aunt.
If I had my way, you would have none, and you wouldn't be here causing a scene.
Well,
before
Auntie,
everyone's even taken their seats.
I think you may have given up your claim to have a say in what I do. When you, told people I was a changeling. My reputation has no bearing on you anymore, and yours
Most
not mine.
certainly does.
Kid, can you please just have some semblance of decorum just before the play? You can be all rowdy after.
Fine. After, fine by me.
Connor, it's nice to see you.
Very nice to see you, Torren.
How have you been?
Pretty well, must say.
I heard you are messing with the mid horses.
I tried my best, but there's nothing that can be done.
Your aunt leans forward.
Connor keeps looking over at your aunt who's next.
Isabel, I'm so glad that you could join us.
Hello, thank you for having me.
She's so okay.
What am I doing here?
Of course, Torren. I mean, Torren. Isabel, yes, I just was very much looking forward to taking you on a beautiful night.
Very much so. It's all Torren's been talking about all week. Is how
Miss Isabel, have you tried the martinis?
Why, no. No, I haven't.
You simply must.
Yes, you must.
And they at the martini gargoyle for another one for Isabel. At your service.
Thank you.
As I was saying, Torren is very pleased that you could make it, Isabel.
Yes. It's all I've been talking about. You look ravishing in your blue number.
Have you tried these Bendy straws? These are amazing.
Oh, yes. Kit has made me many with some salacious words.
Brother, since when is Isabel a doctor?
Isabel's not a doctor.
And why did you tell her you... But you've only been talking to the doctor. The good doctor. That's all. That's all he's been talking about.
That's code word for Isabel.
Sure.
Is it now, Torren?
I need to use the restroom. And he walks out.
Your aunt is gonna combust. She's like, ugh.
Both of the heads
You
are
can
going.
see the red rising.
We are having boiled chicken for dinner tonight.
While that, Kit is making. Margaret's gonna turn over to Esther and just be like,
You look very well tonight.
Thank you. Did you receive my letter?
and she looks over to his mother. Is she paying attention?
For sure. I mean, she's like,
The one about...
she's very like,
Yeah.
Oh, for the audience at home, during the epistolary phase, Esther burnt a resolve token to cast a glamour on her letter to Margaret to make what is definitely a love letter look definitely not like a love letter.
it's a good friend letter between two close friends.
Yes.
Who are
Just friends. Just
friends.
gals being
Reestablished-
pals.
Historians would say they were roommates.
They have never lived together. They have two separate estates.
reestablishing very firmly your gal pal status.
Yes.
Your cooking recipe,
And she's like trying to come up with some lie.
was delicious. I sent it to my cook. I thank you immensely. I would...
For roast goose?
Yes. For the roast goose.
Roast goose.
It was delicious when our cook made it 2 weeks ago. I thought Margaret simply had to try it.
I wish to try more, but I understand that It's rare.
Yes, and expensive.
How quiet are you two being?
Kind of quiet. Like, not, we're trying like normal talk, because Kit's going off. This is what she's doing, this one Kit's
Under
going off.
cover of Kit.
Yeah,
Under
but
the
like
cover
not
of
like
Kit.
trying to be like pss, 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 kind of thing.
Okay.
And then she's gonna pointedly look at Fred and be like, and I've been very alone lately, and it has been very good for my soul. And she's gonna say that part loud. She's like, and I feel like it's a great time of reflection that I must look towards myself and decide whether this is the life I have dreamt of. It has been refreshing.
I gotta say, it's such a waste that Jay, who makes some of the best faces at the table, his character cannot make any faces.
Yeah, he's like, Jay is emoting like this. The mask is just like,
Fred,
you see
neutral
like
mask.
you see like a sweat drop down the corner.
What you think is sweat, anyway.
What else would it be?
Dribbles.
Drool. He's crying. Really,
Maybe.
it could be
Bawling.
three.
Maybe
All
of
three.
them.
Sweating, drooling, crying, sobbing,
Gross.
puking.
Screaming.
Can I take
Screaming.
a resolve token for having to hear that?
No.
Sad.
Margaret's gonna look over to Kit and be like, Kit,
Yes?
I do have a question for you.
Oh, what would that be?
Can you turn yourself into anyone?
Any of the Radcliffes?
Not any, like, you couldn't turn into me?
I don't know. Can Kit do that? Does Kit need to burn a resolve token to do that? Is really what I'm asking.
Kit does have a resolve token.
Kit has one resolve token.
I would say yes. with
It
the
would
resolve
take some time and effort, but I could theoretically do it.
Could, perchance. Could you do a dare?
What kind of dare?
I dare you to change into one of the people and go on stage.
Oh, one of the actors?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
in this one woman play.
Play. You mean the one and
I don't know if she knows that.
There is only one actor in this play.
I'm looking
That
at the
would-
playbill now.
yeah,
It
you're
still
like-
says Cassandra 10 times.
So you want me to become Cassandra Montague?
It would be funny, wouldn't it? Not.
It would be funny. There could be two Cassandras.
No, we couldn't.
No, we could
We
never.
couldn't.
We'll have to wait for the next one.
Yes.
Yes,
We
of course,
must.
of course.
Oh, you are so fun. I love being fun and having fun things and doing fun things and being outwardly fun.
I shall
She
not look
directs
into
it
that any further.
totally.
Thank you, Margaret.
Of course. Lady Elizabeth,
yes.
I want to thank you.
Oh.
I've heard that you are making sure Esther is more out in society, and I appreciate you encouraging her.
Well, and she's bristling. Of course. I mean, what with this pending engagement to dear Cassandra, it's quite important that Esther
Receding into her cravat.
be out and about.
I do wish, though, that you would let Esther be Esther.
I'm letting Esther be Esther, as it aligns with the Haskell name. I know, dear Esther's been gone so long. She's just...
Rusty at being in good society. Yes.
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 Yes, exactly.
I don't think you're rusty at all. I think you've shined up quite nicely. And she, glows at you.
It's
Thank
quite
you.
good you think so, Margaret. Perhaps you could focus some of those efforts on doing the same with Frederick.
At that, Cassandra will come on stage.
Oh.
Hello, dear adoring fans. I'm here to welcome you all, including my special guests up there.
Hello!
Oh, hi, Kit. But most Most importantly, I'd like to welcome my specialist guest, my most beloved, Frederick.
Esther
Lights
turns
turn.
white, sheet white. I think Elizabeth is staring straight at Esther.
And Margaret is fuming.
The drama.
With that, I will be on stage for my one-woman performance of Macbeth in just the shake of a lamb's tail. I need to drink a little.
Does Margaret have a
Special guest.
token?
Most
Yes, all of-
I think she's gonna spend one.
Cassandra's going to go back behind stage
Yeah.
and finish getting ready.
Where's that gargoyle?
Yes, sir.
I think she's gonna wait till she comes back on stage, but I think she is going to glamour like clown makeup on her.
Cassandra?
On Cassandra. I just think it'd be funny.
God.
I think it'd be fun.
Well, Cassandra has one too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
She might not know though.
I already had a plan here.
Ooh, okay.
So, Cassandra was going to come out in a lion outfit.
There's not a lion in it.
Not in the Shakespeare version.
Are you doing the Lion King?
Oh my god.
So Cassandra instead is going to come out in a baboon outfit. But she's going to own it. She's going to own it.
So good.
I think
So, yeah, she's got the blue and red makeup.
everyone's a bit confused, but I think they would have been anyway, to be fair.
So for those who don't know, Macbeth is the lion. Well, the Lion King is Macbeth. It's the same
Macbeth
story.
is based on the Lion
yeah,
King,
yeah,
actually.
Yeah. she's-
I thought it was Hamlet.
Oh, Hamlet.
It is
Sorry,
Hamlet.
this is a one-woman Hamlet.
Gotta
Okay.
go.
It was never Macbeth.
It was never
the entire
Macbeth.
time.
Everyone,
also not a lion.
And we never said that.
Yeah, no one ever said that.
Hamlet?
It is
It is
Hamlet.
Hamlet.
It's Hamlet.
Okay.
It's Hamlet.
I love Shakespeare. It's Hamlet.
it's Hamlet.
I didn't
Yeah.
want to correct you.
Yeah. Macbeth is the Akira Kurosawa film, the
Yeah,
Seven
yep,
Samurai.
yep,
I think.
yep.
Yeah, we're not. Cassandra's
We're
not
getting
doing
in
that
the
one.
weeds.
Yeah. So you're out in a baboon costume.
Yes, she is out there in her baboon costume, holding up a stuffed lion. Yeah,
How does she do that?
yeah, she is owning it.
Everyone's like,
whole
wow,
lion.
so artsy. I think that's just your unintended side effect.
Yep.
Everyone's like,
Such a risky take.
she really just does it every time.
How does Fred feel about this performance?
Well, I believe that Fred is enamored, but at the same time,
Wow.
with all of the drama going on in every direction around him,
Yeah.
he doesn't really know how to react, and thusly has gathered the attention of the gargoyle so that he could at least find some solace in his bendy straw that he's been trying to get for so long.
Well, what's he trying to get from the bendy straw?
He just wants a bendy straw.
But the gargoyle can't make a bendy straw.
They're serving them with...
No, Kit
Kid
can make,
got one.
Kit
Kit can make them.
Kit can make them.
Kit
and
can
Connor
only make
them.
bendy straws with curse words in them.
Yeah.
At this point.
The most vulgar bendy straw you've
It
ever
actually
seen.
just says Macbeth on it, and it's like,
Yes. Kit makes a bendy straw that says Macbeth in it.
For me?
Yes, for you.
everyone's
Which-
like, you can't say that
You
here.
can't say that in a theater.
Yeah. Especially when that's playing the Lion King Hamlet.
The lion ham.
Can't say that.
I'm just happy to have a bendy straw. I don't care what it says, honestly. With all of this.
Oh, be quiet.
Mind you, I'm putting the straw through the mask, and I would always slurp anyway because of the...
Kit's gonna say,
Yeah.
You know, you probably have a lot better time just without the mask.
Yeah.
Like drinking. You
Yeah,
know,
take
you wouldn't
it
even
off.
need the straw.
I don't think that's a good idea.
why not? Everyone knows what your face looks like.
No. Absolutely not.
We all saw it.
No. Certainly not in public.
I really want someone to magically take it off of you.
Cassandra is
But Torren
duetting
wouldn't, yeah.
I Just Can't Wait to Be King with herself. So that's where we're at now. So everybody's aware.
I think by this time Torren is back from the bathroom and like sneaks in and just like,
Where have you been?
shh, the play's starting.
Boy, the play started a while ago.
I know. I just. And then I think Torren's gonna cast a thing to make like a cone of silence. I don't know what magic-y word what that would be, but like basically like around the two of them.
Okay.
What would the consequences of that though be?
I mean, I think the easiest consequence is your aunt is just gonna notice because she's sitting right there, and you guys are like,
Yeah.
so.
Okay. I don't care. I don't care if she knows. That's
You
fine.
guys are so grounded tonight.
Yeah,
I know you're like grown adult men. You are so grounded.
so grounded.
Both Kit and Torren extremely grounded.
I don't know.
No hoop and
Esther.
stick for the rest of the week.
Kit is 30 years old.
No hoop and stick.
No books. No hoop and stick.
No whiskey gargoyles.
That's harsh.
Wow.
That's harsh.
I do wish that we could have more time to talk.
I think there's all the time in the world.
You would think that.
You just have to stop caring what the world thinks.
I feel like my world is a little more complicated than that.
You'd be surprised.
I'm a little stuck being the one to save my family. I'm sure you've heard all the rumors.
I mean, it's been a while, but I'm familiar enough with them.
Well, and he like looks around. He's like, even though he's in a cone of silence, we're broke. We don't have any money, and if I don't marry someone with money, I don't even know if I want to marry. I mean, I've read all these books about love and a yearning and...
You do know I am a surgeon, right?
What?
I am a surgeon. Not exactly poor.
I mean, I wasn't suggesting that we should marry. That's not what I was. I'm just saying. I have to. It's like I don't know what to do with this. I mean,
you certainly don't seem very interested in that Isabel girl.
Well, she's nice. I mean.
Yeah, I know. She's into me, and I don't. No.
Oh, she is? That's true? I thought that was just a rumor.
No, it's a thing. I'm not into it.
You're not. You don't.
Not feeling it at all.
Isabel, you need to make a move.
Is it because she's
just not my type.
And what is your type?
You know, equestrian, bookish, you know.
Blood red. Oh, fiddles with his glasses. That's sounds like an interesting type.
Enjoys a little bit of Western riding.
He giggles. Tell me about yourself. I feel like there's only this mystery about you. All I know is you love horses, and as much as that does intrigue me, I feel like the horse is dead beat. If you know what I mean. He messes up the saying on purpose.
I mean, I don't know what you really want to know about me at this fantastic musical spectacular.
Yeah, fantastic is a word for it.
I mean, she's dressed as an entire elephant graveyard right now.
I know. How is she doing it? Like, she's not even using any magic.
No, it's quite the sight. It's a whole graveyard.
The whole graveyard.
Yeah. And all three of the hyenas.
Yeah, and one looks a little odd.
Yeah, and she's still singing and dancing, and the two lions, it's quite the sight.
It's quite, she's quite talented. I do admire her virality.
Quite the interesting turn at Frederick, though.
Oh, you think...
Oh, you weren't in here. Yeah, she came out and declared herself a Frederick.
What?
Yes.
That's so scandalous.
I know.
She is... Wait, isn't she with Esther?
Apparently not anymore.
Oh, I thought I was the drama. Man, I feel like I can't keep up with anything. My auntie is always tapped in with all of the rumors, including the one about you, and... I mean,
Which one about me? There's quite a few rumors,
I
lass.
think at this point, on the topic of your auntie,
Yeah.
she will spend her resolve to literally just like reach over, like pop your little silence bubble.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when did our silence bubble run out and she started listening again?
Yeah, I think she's just like, oh, no, can't be having side conversations. We're enjoying the play, darling.
Yes, I'm sure you're enjoying the play.
We were just talking about our interest in each other. That's all.
Were we?
Everyone, including Kit, stock silent staring at
Yeah.
Connor.
I'm pretty sure we were talking about how she's interested in Fred. And she, like, points to Cassandra.
Well, yeah, we were talking about that too.
Yes, yes,
And how you don't like me. You know,
well, that
because
is
of my family and being Irish and all.
I think it's more about that.
And the being,
Sorry.
being Aishi. You know, all these things you don't like about me. I understand.
I have no quarrel with you.
I
Mr.
don't
Oirden.
think that's true. And he says it under
I
his
would
breath.
much prefer if you didn't have the British stiff upper lip about this and you just talked to me about it. But you do you.
She's just going to like put her little opera glasses back up.
So, you are Aishi. What does that really entail?
I mean, it's not much different than your brother.
Hello!
Yeah.
I'm in part of this now?
I feel like you're much different than my brother.
I'm just a bit more reserved, that's all.
And you...
Believe it or not, so's Frederick.
Whoa. Frederick? Frederick, is that true?
I can't deny it.
Esther just
Unfortunately,
I'm sorry, is everyone here a fairy except me? Am I the only human in this box?
And Margaret goes, oh, well, you are a fairy. Go on, Frederick.
gargoyle.
Yes, gargoyle.
Frederick, is that true?
It is true.
What does that mean? I thought you were... Not that that's anything bad, obviously.
What more is there to say about it? It's just who
There's
I am.
so much more to say about it, you silly man, is Margaret. I never knew this. What do you mean you're Aishi?
I've been keeping it a secret for a long time.
Why? I thought we were... This is what I mean, Frederick.
Of all people, Connor is going to say, you Brits and your secrets. Your secrets. Just get it out in the open.
Yeah, just really
In the middle of a play.
All right, so now that your soul's bared to everyone, are you gonna... Says Kit.
I don't think so.
I don't.
Oh my God!
I don't think we need to pester the captain during the play.
He's not even a captain anymore now, is he?
He's not? Margaret's like,
No!
what do you mean? Speak, man.
I was dishonored from the service.
What?
Yes, I was unable to perform my duties.
Esther's hyperventilating. This is 100% her fault.
What do you mean?
Because of my face. The incident.
You never told me.
I was ashamed.
Did you know about this?
What, me? That's not Esther's voice. Me?
And she's just like got the tiny, oh,
Me?
Yes, you. Did you know that this happened?
Not until I received the letter with the head of the worm, where he revealed it. Which, by the way, Frederick, signing that letter, the captain, and signing every letter from me, the captain, after taking that title from me.
Esther.
It's true, Mother. He took it. By right.
It's quite enough.
By right, it would have been mine. By right, by deed, it would have been mine, except Frederick Dessler is a Dessler.
It's true. My family paid for that title.
And I had slain worm after worm after worm, spent nights in the dirt, in the mud, in the wild, by myself and with a crew of incompetent new men who knew nothing of slaying worms, and all for you to take the glory.
And I should say, you're quite even
Be
now.
quiet, woman. That's Margaret.
Yeah, no. There's a distinct
different tone.
There's a bit of a tone shift.
And by right, that title was mine, and it went to you.
You're right. I have no right to it.
No. And did you say that? Did you say that to the top brass? Did you say that at all? Did you tell them?
I had pressure from my family. What could I do? Surely you understand.
You could have taken off the mask. To your friends.
It's too horrifying.
I meant...
Can I have Kit burn their resolve token to make a grab at the mask?
Oh, man.
Ooh, well, that's a negotiation with this one.
Kit's gonna make a grab at the mask. It's up to you what happens after that.
I would say go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you do to respond to Kit? I think Kit is like 15, 16 margarita.
16 margaritas.
Martinis.
Falls out of the box.
16 martinis.
Martinis deep at this point.
As one does.
Kit never makes decisions well. Kit is just not making decisions, period. And is just going to...
I'd say it's a decision to drink 16.
grab at the mask.
I mean, you're right next to me.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, take it off!
So I suppose we're going to struggle with it a little bit.
Yeah, I assume it's like held together like silk ties. Like, it's not the hardest thing to just like yank away.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So does this happen?
Oh, it's happened.
All right.
Okay.
So what does your audience of 8 see, Frederick?
A severely scarred, disfigured mess of a face.
Yeah, so there's literally like burned in this.
There's a big burnt handprint.
Yeah, handprint just across
Yeah.
the side of Frederick's face, and you can see
Like a
like
dislocated jaw.
like almost like the magic straight up like backfired and dislocated his jaw. So like he's got this bit of like an overbite, and like his jaw is just like not quite sitting right.
Oh, it's up on the screen.
It's up on the screen for our viewers at home. And I can send it in our chat when I'm not talking, so you can actually see it.
It's so disgusting.
But
it's so bad.
dang, it's not like you understand by the standards of good society that Frederick has not been dramatic about how people would react if they saw him. He is, he's got a disfigurement, which is not looked upon very well, and again, like, I think literally like the more proper ladies of the group are literally like averting their eyes, because like they shouldn't even look at him. A lot of ableist crap happening.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Margaret like tears up, but like not in like because it's disfigured, just more of like the fact that it's happening. And this is the first, like, this is how she sees it versus like you choosing to show her.
Right.
No one has ever seen Esther Haskell cry, except tonight.
Dang.
She is also crying.
Well, Frederick is obviously very upset. So, and he's also a few drinks in himself after fighting with Kit for the mask and failing. He has a bit of a tirade.
Ooh, okay.
And he basically turns around to the rest of the people in the box and says, "Are you happy now? Now you can see what is under my mask? And he just bears all. For everybody to see, the drool and everything. And then he storms off.
Connor will go follow Frederick.
I think Torren will as well.
Esther's not going anywhere. She's, like, fallen into herself.
Yeah.
I think Margaret's sitting and just sobbing. What scene's first? Where did he go? Where's Torren and Connor?
I mean, I suppose we're in a
theater,
a hall, yeah. So probably back down to the lobby, trying to make his way out of the building to leave and go back to his carriage and completely go home.
Frederick, please stop.
No, this is too much. I must leave.
Connor's gonna hand you back your mask.
Well, thank you.
Boyle, you've done the hardest part. Just go back. Just go back up there. You've already faced him. You've already shown him, you know. If you run away now, you're just giving in.
I gave in a long time ago.
Yeah, and I've been trying to get you to fight back. Fight back, Boyle. Go upstairs.
Frederick, everyone loves you. Even the ones that hate you envy you. I mean, they always have. I mean, honestly, I feel like that's a little bit why Esther did what she did. We miss you. We miss you. Not whatever mask you've put on, and I don't mean the one that kid just tore off your face. You were a light, glimmering, flitting around the room, and now you're this dark shadow, letting this invade your soul.
You're not wrong.
You've shown Lieutenant Haskell what she did, so go back up there. And just... Cassandra invited you. She wanted you here, not the rest of us.
I suppose. After the letter I wrote to the lieutenant, I suppose I owe them that much, at least.
You're a good man.
Well, I don't know about all that, but
I do.
let's regain our composure
That's true, gentlemen.
and carry on.
We must. I'm gonna head back up.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of silence in the box, unless others feel differently.
Yup.
I think.
Even from Kit. Kit, I think, never understands the gravity of what they do, but in this moment, this is too far even for them.
Yeah. I think Anastasia is like a moment from just like removing Kit from the function and like actually sees like the remorse for once and is like, I'm gonna just let you sit in that for a minute because it might be good for you. But yeah, the older women are dead silent, like still looking down, like, you know, because again, you just like, this is conversation that you do not broach. Cassandra's still singing her heart out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Cassandra has no idea what just happened.
What scene is this happening now?
We're at Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think with that, like, indicator, I think Margaret, like, realizes her heart is broken. Like, this love that or infatuation that she had for Frederick is, like, fully dead. Like, she can't feel the love tonight, if you may. And she, like, looks to Esther, who is sobbing, and just, I didn't realize it was...
It wasn't supposed to be that. It was never supposed to be that.
Esther,
I believe you, but I think I need some time. And she walks away and she goes in her carriage and she leaves the function.
There's a lot of looks from your mother, but you know.
She's not returned any of them.
I think we are all now probably back at the box, right?
Yeah.
I assume it's
The boys have returned.
It's a
The
very.
boys are back.
I assume it's a pretty quiet rest of the play,
Yeah.
unless you feel differently.
I think I want to send Isabel and my aunt in the carriage like, oh, I forgot my gloves upstairs. And
gloves.
Not the gloves.
Not the gloves.
No.
So I'll send them off and I'm like, I'll walk home. I'll catch up. Oh, not walk home. I'll take another carriage.
I'll Uber.
I'll Uber. I'll call Lyft.
You know, the horse Uber.
Yeah.
Uber.
The carriage driver.
And
Uber.
I think she's gonna try to catch you before you get in your carriage with,
Okay.
if you allow, and be like, I wanted to talk to you about what you said earlier.
Which thing? I said quite a few things.
You did indeed. That you have, for lack of a better word, feelings for me.
Well, I thought you did too. For me, not for you.
I mean, I don't know what these are. It feels weird when I talk to you. I mean, I always feel weird when I'm talking to people, but it's like more pressure in my stomach, and I feel like I've read stories and stories about love and romance, and I never imagined it to feel so awkward. I mean, I am awkward, but you just seem so sure of yourself.
I just gave up on family expectations a long time ago. That's all.
Why?
The expectations weren't what I wanted, and I wanted to live my life.
And you wanted to live it here, not in
Well,
Ireland?
all over the place, really. Wherever my medicine takes me.
You want to travel?
Yes, I love traveling.
I wish I could travel.
But you can.
I have a family to take care of. That's what I meant to say. All I'm saying is, as much as I don't know what my feelings are, I mean, I feel greatly for you. I just
think forward, lad. Do you care about a family that's weighing on you? I mean, I know you care about them, but, you know, do they give that same care back?
I think Kit does in his weird way.
Oh, Kit does, but I mean the other ones. Do they really care, or are they just asking you to carry them?
I only have my aunt left. And you're right, I think she does want me to just carry her. But she dictates while I carry. It's like I feel like I'm a horse. But you gave me a lot to think about.
Huh? Did you need a ride in a carriage home?
Yes, actually, if you don't mind.
You can hop in with me and Frederick. He's a little on the sad side, but...
Yeah. I think we have a lot to thinking about, all of us.
Make him some silly straws, I'm sure I'll cheer up.
Yes, indeed.
So you have a carriage ride home.
Yeah, sure do.
There's a long silence again.
Still crying.
Do you know how dismayed I was when we first sent you off? I spent every night worrying about you, off fighting, trying to forge your way amidst those boys, the Frederick dressers of the world, and what have you. had so many hopes for you, Esther, as my daughter. And I had hoped that when you returned, it should be a chance for me to, I don't know, have any of those hopes returned to me. I don't understand why it is so difficult for you. There is so much that you have proven yourself so capable of. But when it comes to this family,
It wasn't ever meant to turn out this way.
no, it wasn't. Things happen. It wasn't supposed to be that all of that occurred. It wasn't supposed to be that your
No,
brother...
Mother, I mean with Fred. It was never... It was never supposed to turn out that way with Fred.
I know that. There are many things in this family that were not supposed to turn out this way. And all we can hope to do, and all I truly am trying to ask of you, is that we, what remains of this family, do what we can to make it right.
I wish Dad was here.
As do I. And I wish your brother were here as well. But it falls on us.
He would have been better at that. He would have stopped Kit, I bet. Or he would have said something. He would have smoothed it over. He was always better at this than I was.
We cannot change what has happened, whether it be tonight or previously or any of this. You are a good girl, Esther, and I know you do what is right, even if you and I have many disagreements on what is right, and I trust you will not let the past several days cause you to stray from that or disbelieve that you are incapable of doing what is right, because I know that you will.
I'll fix it, and I will fix him. I will fix his face. I'll find a way. I know something will happen. I
don't... Now, I know the rest of society might disagree, but I did spend plenty of time tending to wounds and such, and I think the curse may not be so much what has occurred, so much as what Frederick still carries about the incident. I don't know that his face can be fixed, but I do think perhaps the occurrences that followed thereafter, that plagued the two of you, can be. I think that is what you should focus on, not lifting this curse. The curse has happened, it is done. I think both you and Frederick alike need to realize this is not some residual thing that can be fixed with magic or doctors or whatever it may be. What curse still remains is whatever has transpired between the two of you and the people you have become because of this incident.
I think you're right. As much as it pains me to say that, I think you're right, Mother.
I think the best that you can do is accept that for all the rocky past between the two of you, the slights that you may both feel the other has brought against you, you clearly both would like to be better than what transpired in your time in the army.
How do you even begin to apologize for that?
you begin. And it will probably take some time. But I think you have already begun the process. Perhaps tonight was a bit of a hiccup. But you continue to do what you can to make it right.
All right. There's not much said the rest of the way home.
Yeah.
I have a question. So the monologue token you give to people to just get their thoughts
Yeah,
correct?
you literally just...
That's for you.
Oh, thank you.
I want
I think the entire way home, after that conversation, Esther is replaying what she did. Can I fully describe that? Can I just...
Yeah. Give
Yeah.
us the flashback.
So the flashback, do we want to play it out as a flashback?
Yeah.
All right, so it is the night, or not the night, but a few days after Frederick received his promotion. I think there's a ball in his honor. Esther's there, once again, in full red coat. And so is Fred. I think we get to see the old Fred in this scene.
Laughing, making merry,
Yeah. And
friends with everybody.
what did he say that set her off?
Hadn't really thought about that too much. I would wager would have to have something to do with earning a place and the amount of effort put into the battles and...
Maybe something like you'll get there someday.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that tracks. That
Yeah.
definitely tracks.
So yeah, it was a you'll get there. Don't worry, Esther. It'll come. Your time will come. And at this event, Esther is wearing gloves. She's a pair of nice white lambskin gloves that embroidered into each fingertip is the elemental symbol for fire. And on the back of the hand is the alchemical symbol for sulfur. So it's a charm, an embroidered charm to keep the hands warm in cold weather. I think it's probably late autumn at this point. So it's cold. She's wearing her hand warmer gloves. And as I'm sure many of us know, an old-fashioned way to initiate a duel is to take off one's gloves and slap someone across the face with them. And in the moment at this ball in Frederick's honor, where he has said, "Don't worry, Esther, your time will still come," all she can see is red and all she can feel is rage. And she can think of nothing else except to take what Frederick has just gotten. And she takes off her gloves, meaning to challenge him. And then that rage is responded to by the magic in her gloves. And while she had no conscious, like, casting of a spell to make this happen, her gloves burst into red flames. And without noticing that they are burning, she strikes Frederick across the face with them. And that's that handprint, that burn on his face.
Yeah, I think as you, like, strike with a glove, like, whatever magic, you know, the fire that's already starting, like, there's almost, like, this crack, like a small, contained little explosion has literally happened, like, almost like, you know, it backfired.
Like a gun backfiring?
Yes. Like, there's a sound, just like this uncomfortable crack, both of the magic backfiring and of Frederick's jaw literally, like, snapping out of place.
And she says it, "I demand satisfaction," and nobody hears it.
Yeah.
Over the crack.
The whole event goes quiet, and Frederick, I imagine you just, like, fall over because you just had your whole face singed.
Yes.
I think
and you're
Torren
just-
was like in the group with because they were all friends, and he goes to like help him and be like, "Esther, how dare you? Look what
She's
you've
just
done!"
Silent, mouth open. She's got the gloves in her hand, and she's just looking at them.
The
Leave.
glove is, like, burnt up at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Leave.
She leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's our flashback.
that's what happened.
So you never really got a good look at the injury
No.
because he's kind of
Yeah.
cradling his face.
Yeah. Like, almost, like, blocked by Torren, you know, and you just...
And probably a certain red-haired Irish doctor rushed to assist.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Yeah. But when Esther says it was never meant to turn out like this, she means he wasn't supposed to burn.
Yeah.
He was supposed to
Die in a duel.
They were supposed to shoot
Yeah.
or stab or punch or whatever men do.
Masculine thing to do.
Whatever men do to settle their disputes.
Go
It wasn't
wrestle
supposed to be like that.
in the mud like men.
I mean, ironically, I think, and, perhaps this is a discussion between the two of us, the embarrassment of having his day taken in such a way was more damaging than anything that the magic could have done to begin with. Mm-hmm. And that is what destroyed his personality and his psyche, and it's just gone.
Yeah, it was like in your mind like the best day of you'd gotten the thing you'd wanted, like you were finally at the top. Everyone was.
My
eyes
family
on
is
you.
happy with me finally. We're
You've got
all struggling with that.
The love and adoration of all these people around you, and then you were just like so deeply, fully humiliated.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
Cool.
Now, the losing of his position was his own doing, though. So
Yeah, again.
you had nothing to do with.
Oh, she's blaming herself 100% for that.
Right.
Curse.
You can tell her as much as
Definitely
you
a curse.
want that it's not Esther's fault. It's Esther's fault in her head.
Yeah. All right. I think that's a great place to assess the night.
Yay!
So, we are back to our reputation phase. Lieutenant Esther.
What did she even do this? I feel like a lot was done around her, and she just kind of sat there and took it.
Right.
This is a lot of Esther taking her beatings and getting her comeuppance, and I don't think this is either positive or negative. I don't think anything really...
We don't, I think we can just say, like, things stay neutral.
Esther has taken her beatings, yeah.
Yeah. Torren, it's really up to you.
I feel like even though like he went against like societal standards, I think it is a positive night for him.
He showed up. He vaguely showed an interest in Isabel.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe your aunt even like brought you some flowers to give to Isabel.
Yeah.
We didn't really get there because there was a lot going on, but
I do just want to point out
Yeah.
the obvious conversation.
What do you mean?
That's not a reputation ding?
Well, I think only that was.
It'd be only my family would be recognize that as that, not
Got it.
necessarily
Yeah, because
society.
it was quite
Yeah.
literally in a bubble.
Yeah.
And obviously, Anastasia's not going to people word about that.
Yeah,
True,
yeah.
true.
Okay, so
I would say. Oh, I don't know what word. Help from the peanut gallery.
because we already have gentlemanlike.
Yeah. I kind of want to do something that's like, like almost like emotionally vulnerable, but like yearning. Thank you, producer.
Yearning positive.
Oh, so it's only okay when men do it.
Yeah, sorry.
Wait, that's my third one, so I get a thingamabob.
Yes, so both your positive and negative things are
Yeah.
active. So which one are you going with?
Hold it. Wait a minute. I think familial guidance. So it says your family members seek your advice on all important matters, and if it appears reasonable, will attempt to follow them. I think Kit
Oh, yeah.
will now kind of, especially after what Kit did, that like it feels bad, right? And so would want to like come to me, who is a person who tries to keep the social
Experiences
boundaries.
empathy.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So I
Cool.
think that, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Connor. Cassandra, who is has a reputation, just dedicated her whole play to you.
No, to
No, to
Frederick.
Fred.
Oh, Frederick, sorry.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're good. I would say it's a pretty neutral night for Connor if we really strongly want to put a reputation in
Yeah,
that direction. I feel like you kind of treaded water.
Yeah, neutral's fine.
You're getting dangerous there, telling the count his horses are mid, but he's still in good favor with you, so maybe
Yeah.
he's like, ooh, okay.
And my letter, I think, maybe helped. But we'll find out later.
Frederick, I think this was a bad night for you,
It was a bad night for Frederick.
so I think we're adding another negative tag. Say disgraced, volatile. Whatever you want to do.
I mean, I do think that he crossed the precipice of where he needed to start working his way back.
Oh, of course. But in the eyes of society.
Yeah, in the eyes of society, he's...
I would say even, if we want to get turbo ableist with it, you're just a broken man. The reputation is you're just broken.
Yeah. You're at the part of the Notebook where he's screaming at her, "What do you want?"
We, the players, know that Frederick is not beyond repair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Society does not.
Society's not
Society's mean.
meanie pants.
All right. So I want to probably skip ahead to some upkeep things. If anyone would like to spend monologue tokens, I'm not going to hard require you spend them.
I want to know what Connor's thinking.
About anything in specific?
The night at the theater.
The theater.
Connor, do I have to actually monologue it? Or am I just giving my inner monologue?
Inner monologue.
Okay, I'm going to do inner monologue because I'm tired of keeping up a brogue. Connor is thoroughly impressed by Cassandra's one-woman show.
I mean, who isn't?
I mean, the ending when she's fighting herself and there's pyrotechnics and she's the one firing them all off, and she does the whole, "I killed your father."
So she's also the stage manager.
Yeah, she's everything. And she's all of Pride Rock too. That's her dress is Pride Rock.
Oh my gosh.
The production, amazing.
Immaculate.
So Connor's thoroughly impressed. There's nothing like that in Ireland. And then he is happy that Frederick has had to face his stuff. For lack of her face.
That's what I was thinking.
So that Frederick can start coming back around, and also that Esther has had to face the face, and start coming back around, because Connor, of all people, likes things to be out in the open. That won't come around at all.
Really?
As far as at least emotions and things, Connor, if you didn't catch by the way Connor addressed the conversations in the box, Connor sort of wants to have the conversations that this society is sort of stifling.
Sorry, I'm just peeking. Scuttlebutting around.
Yeah. He would probably like to see the rest of that play at some point because it was very interesting. And he's happy to have been able to have that conversation with Torren, and that Torren has a lot to think about.
What do you mean?
Yeah, and that's kind of where Connor's at. And in his head, because he sort of overheard a little bit of the conversation between Esther and Margaret, and in his head, he was thinking about how back home in Ireland there are U-Haul carriages. But he kept that to himself.
Wild.
Insane. Crazy.
Yeah.
Is it you hauling if you're childhood friends?
Yeah, if you're just admitting, if you're finally just admitting it, yeah.
That's why we U-Haul. That's the secret. We yearned for 3 years first.
I'm sorry, yearn hauling.
You're hauling.
Does anyone else want to spend any monologue tokens, or are we good?
I'm going to spend one on Torren.
Oh, me? I was
Yeah.
not expecting that, actually. What am I
On
smelling?
how Torren feels about the evening in its entirety.
Okay. Torren is really confused on his feelings. He really wants to lean into this love that he's starting to feel for the doctor, but he feels like the doctor is not being open with him about anything. Every time he tries to talk to him about things, it feels very it's always talking about Torren, what Torren needs to work through, and he feels hesitant to lean into that love because of that, even though, like, he does want to, like, push past his family, like, expectations. I think he also feels incredibly guilty for the way that this happened, even though he wasn't the one that took the mask, because he was the bystander and made the situation, like, acceptable, I think, like, in both aspects, like the flashback and what's happening. Like, I think he betrayed his friend by not understanding her side of, like, feeling, like, slighted.
And you did also have a very similar situation, like, literally a fortnight ago.
Exactly. And so I think that, like, he's having really complicated feelings about, like, not standing up for both of them, for each other, and, like, being, like, a good friend to both of them, and always picking a side, and, like, and not even really picking a side. I think that is, like, why he's feeling guilty. Like, he's picking the side of society and what is deemed good. And so I think that Connor has, like, instilled, like, this, like, hindsight view of, like, how has my family affected every part of my life, not just my marital prospects.
Cool. You know, just a little bit
Just
at a
a little
time.
bit.
Just a little bit on that carriage ride home.
Connor's going to have a conversation with Torren in a situation where something catastrophic doesn't happen immediately,
exactly.
like in the middle of the
Exactly.
You two are bad luck.
Yeah.
But that's the best kind of romance.
Yeah.
You're the only one left.
Do you want to spend it? I think
do
everyone has monologued at the table, so.
No.
Okay, cool. I'm not going to hard require it because I don't think we need to make someone lapse to do a second monologue. With that, after last session, you had some time to think about what your inner conflict for your character would be. So you have in front of you on your character sheet your inner conflict, one side or the other, and there are, I believe, 5 criteria there. Mm-hmm. You may mark any number of boxes for either criteria that you did. So, for example, if it was love on one side and money for the other, if you hit 2 of those for love, you cross them off. If you hit 1 for money, you cross them off. You can cross off the same one if you did things that spoke to both this session. If you have any questions with that, let me know. And then we can talk a little bit about your inner conflicts, because that is new information to our viewers at home. As we progress these, I'll explain as you work on that. You have on our public information sheet, which is where we track all of our rumors and scandals and what have you, your inner conflict is there as well with 5 boxes. When you hit 5 boxes in either of them, it is considered that your inner conflict is resolved on one side or the other.
Okay.
I also accidentally did rumors and scandal wrong last time. You only do it once. In the middle. So we did a little bit too many rumors last time, but I think that's okay.
It was mostly about the count and his
It was
horses.
mostly about the horses, if we're being honest.
Mostly about the horses.
And I believe those boxes, yes, they remain marked off until you complete one. If you don't complete one... No, when you mark off 6 boxes on your inner conflict table, or all 5 boxes... Okay, so if you hit 6 in total between the 2, or 5 on one side, the conflict resolves. And then we have to go through a process with that. But I assume we're not speedrunning it to 6 inner conflict.
I mean, I'm at 4 right now.
Well, that's fine.
But it was Esther's big day, so.
Yeah. Esther, are you ready to share about your big day?
Sure.
So what is your inner conflict?
My inner conflict is duty versus desertion. So duty being her duty to her family, to Cassandra, to Frederick, to Torren, and desertion being her deep need to not deal with any of those things and run away with Margaret. So I said she took action in pursuit of both because she took Cassandra to Promenade, she took action to smooth over with Fred, she did a whole bunch of stuff, but she also took Margaret aside at the Promenade and under the bird song had that little conversation, which hurt or pushed away someone important to you, Margaret. So I marked that on the duty side. But that same action also gave me the indecorous reputation tag, so I degraded my reputation for desertion.
Got it.
So
you've got 2 on either side?
2 on either side.
All right, so 2 and 2 we're marking off on our public information sheet. Torren.
So my 2 words are decorum and passion. So you took action in pursuit of this. I feel like I did both,
For sure.
Especially inviting Isabel and like succumbing to what my aunt's desires are, but also like foregoing that and like the whole thing of like making the cone and all of that jazz. So I feel like that was both. The other one I did, do you grade your reputation or went against your conscience for this? I think I, by choosing to like go after him and like also like stay back, I feel like that could have caused like going against my reputation of like being, you know, following what my aunt's wishes and stuff like that by holding back. And that's it. So I only have 3. So 1 on decorum side and 2 on passion.
Perfect.
I had bury and exhume are my 2. And I have 2 and 2. So I have, for bury, I took action in pursuit of this by not fully opening up and keeping some secrets about Connor.
No.
Yeah, what? I sacrificed something important to myself for this. Connor has sacrificed himself, his own being, for his current standing. Not so much the standing, but the career as a surgeon. I hurt or pushed someone away, or pushed away someone important to me for this. I actually put that as exhumed today because I did open up a bit to Torren. Not fully, but a bit about, you know, abandoning my life in Ireland and my family for the life that I have now. And finally, I degraded my reputation or went against my conscience for this. I did exhume for that, not so much from this week, but from last week, using my darker magic.
Yeah.
To
definitely still
help
feeling the effects of that.
Yeah, save the count. And I knew that would lead to some rumors swirling, like my magic. And that's it.
All right, for my inner conflict, I did reputation versus honor, which is kind of tough because, many of these I feel like I tried resolving them via letter. So not all of them took place during...
Yeah, but you still took action.
Right. So taking action in pursuit of this, I checked honor for that one. Because of admitting some of the things that have happened, maybe not publicly until now, but yeah, and you sacrifice something important to you for this. I'm not sure that I checked either here.
Let me see.
I kind of waffled all over the place on that one.
Yeah.
I did check both
Yeah,
on
same.
some of them too, so you're good.
You don't have to check everyone every time or do it in order.
I would say maybe the last one for your reputation, because you did kind of have your little freak out because of your reputation being
Yes,
hurt.
I had
So
that
I
one
would say
checked as well.
1 and 1.
Okay.
Cool. All right. And with that, we will go to our letter writing phase, which you guys will see again next time. So for us here, that is where we're going to call it a night. Thank you very much for joining us again. We have 2 more episodes, so if you want to catch those, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and we'll see you back next Monday, same time, same place, for more Good Society. Thank you very much.